right, here we are.
Yep.
Friday.
We're here.
I just had a moment where you guys put on your headphones.
Cams, yeah.
I kind of had like a zoomy, like an audio zoomy. You know, I just went and just kind of shook it out.
Spirit walk through you?
I guess so. It happens to me every once in a while. And I didn't realize that Scott only had one ear on because he looked up like, "What is wrong with you, man?"
Oh, you
okay?
did one of those.
Yeah.
I thought that's a spirit walking through you.
I like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like an inner zoomy. Like I feel like my dog Radio. You know, like I know what she's going through in those moments.
Yeah.
Don't you have that every once in a while?
Yeah. No, I've absolutely.
Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's too early for that.
When
no, it's perfect.
It's a fun gasm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just comes out.
Fungasm.
Fun
That's what
gasm.
it is.
Yeah.
Fungasm.
Yeah, I've held in all
Surprise.
this fun
dude,
for so
let it
long.
out, man. It's Friday.
Glad he
It's-
gasmed.
It's breaking out.
Yeah.
What do we got going this weekend? Come on.
Oh, man.
Fun
Oh.
things.
Speaking of fungasm,
I'm not there yet.
Dude, I got a
Not
weekend
there
full
yet.
and nothing. I might go to the rollercade on Sunday.
Rollercade in South County?
Uh-huh.
I
Are
had
you
my birthday
serious?
parties there.
Couple
Holy
skate.
smokes.
I got my roller skates at home. I'm
Oh,
bring
you
them out.
actually have roller skates? You're not
I
going to
do.
rent?
You
No,
talking
I
about,
don't rent.
You talking about Tesson Baptist Church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
That's
love of my
hood.
life.
What's the one down?
I didn't even know it was there. Still.
What's the one on Weidman?
I don't know what that is.
Where's Weidman again? Why do I know that?
Down on Manchester. Weidman.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, and I think
know-
one of
I
my
know-
kids had a birthday party there.
I know what you're talking about. Is that the one that I was
Yeah,
skating
yeah,
at?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Let's see
I don't know
here.
what it's called. Skate something?
yeah, skate or die.
No, it's like
Skaterama.
No, it's like skate. It's like Soul Skaters.
No.
Skate House.
No.
Rolling fun.
No.
No, it's like
Is it still open?
it's alliterative, I believe.
No, I'm looking at rollercade.
What is Exhilarama?
Exhilarama was that was my arcade in Crestwood Plaza,
Okay.
in the basement of Crestwood Plaza.
Oh, skate hole.
No.
No, that's not it.
Paradise skate.
No.
Let's see here.
I just went to rollercade.
No, it's like
Why is it not popping up?
Fun Skater or something like that.
You know exactly where I'm
I
talking about.
know what you're talking about.
Go Manchester, turn on Weidman, and it's on the right side. It's almost across the street.
Skateport Plaza?
Skateport Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been
On
there.
Weidman?
Yeah, on Weidman.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a different one.
That's got to be the same as the one that was in
That's
Springfield.
it.
Yeah,
Skateport Plaza.
My best friend's son is celebrating. Let's see, he's gonna be 9. And
Oh, he's having a birthday party there?
Well, he's just going. He's got a couple of friends, and they're going skating. And I'm just gonna crash.
Why
it.
Does it still have the same feel when you walk in with the cool lighting?
Oh, yeah,
and the,
black light.
The
Yeah,
rad skates
Why'd
on
they
the wall?
pick there?
The thin carpet.
He just likes it. Little kid likes it. I don't know.
He likes roller skating.
It's
He
having a
loves roller
comeback, isn't it?
skating. Yeah.
Is it?
Well, you saw
Did it ever go
Usher.
away?
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Well, Usher.
But no, I think
roller
it's the
skated
thing
during
now.
the halftime show.
Well, remember when
Roller
the
skating's back.
pandemic started and the Fleetwood Mac Dreams and everybody was roller skating? Like Mick Fleetwood was roller
well,
skating.
he was skateboarding.
that was skateboarding.
Oh, it was skateboarding. Yeah, I haven't gotten back on a board in a while, but I can get on my wheels, my shoes.
Okay, so you roller skated
Yes.
and you skateboarded
Yes.
as a kid?
And I used skateboarded loosely. I had a skateboard. I tried to do cool things, and mainly all I did was just board. Like I just easy boarded it.
You just rolled.
Yeah, I just rolled. I didn't do any
B-O-R-E-D-ed.
like flips or anything, and I fell down a lot.
Did you hang out with skateboarding friends?
Oh yeah, all the hot guys skated. It was so.
Did you have
cool.
the baggy pants?
I didn't have the baggy pants. No, not that time. No, but they did, and they were cool as hell. Skater dudes,
Skater boys,
in
huh?
high school, and even today. Like I was
Avril Lavigne, skater boy.
skater boy. I was.
See you later, boy.
I don't know. Like we'd watch those CKY videos.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And then they
Of
all
course.
smoked the best grass, and they just had
Smoking grass.
Oh, smoking grass.
Smoking
Just
grass.
hanging
No,
with
these are
dudes'
good
boards, letting the guys. Oh, you want to come skate? Like they would put you on the board with them. Oh, it was the
Yeah.
hottest move ever. Get out of here.
Yeah, when a hot guy asked me to hop on the board with
Dude,
him.
that
Love
was
that.
so cool, man.
Love that.
I'm yours.
Well, have fun roller skating.
I
Don't
will.
hurt
Yo, it's
yourself.
not a
that's awesome.
birdhouse deck.
I'll take some vids. Don't you worry.
Yo, those are some 6 Spitfire wheels.
Thanks.
I tell you what, when you
What kind of trucks you got?
when you have not roller skated in a while and you fall like on your ass bone.
Oh yeah.
Feels good, huh?
Over.
Oh, it's over.
Every question becomes one. Why did I do that?
Yeah, when you fall on your ass bone, you're coccyx.
Yeah. I know how to
Coccyx.
fall.
Coccyx.
Coccyx.
Ah! It fell right on my
hurts,
coccyx.
and that hurts for like 3 or 4 days later.
Oh yeah.
Don't toot.
Or if you try an actual, like a kickflip or something like that,
no.
and it lands like this and hits you in the...
No, I'm just talking straight
In
up
between?
roller skating.
Yo, I've been to space before. I'm serious. I swear I went through a black hole and I came back. Like it was time travel involved, everything. Because I did one of those things where you did some sort of move and it came up and you landed and it hit right here because it goes through your body and you transform into a completely different being.
You ever been in so much pain you've gone on a vision quest?
Possibly.
I have.
I don't remember.
That was a
I can
vision
tell you
quest.
exactly when it happened.
When did it happen?
I had a hernia surgery.
Ooh.
Oh, doggone, yeah.
On my it was an hiatal hernia, so it was like a belly. My innie belly button became an outie belly button.
Good for you.
Cute.
Welcome.
And then it started to hurt, and then the doctor's like, "You got to get this taken care of." Mm-hmm. So you go in, they push it back down, they put a mesh in there, and you go home. It's not a major surgery,
Right.
Living.
It's a pain in the ass, but
Well, where did you black out? What happened?
well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
They tied it off. They tied off the incision. There was a knot. Mm-hmm. There was like a knot where they tied it off. And it's supposed to, I guess, the dissolving stitches, eventually it's supposed to just, I guess the stitches dissolve and they fall off.
Become a part of you. Yeah.
So about a week after the surgery, it was like itching and stuff like that. And it became all red and inflamed. And I guess where they tied it off, it got infected.
Lucky.
So my wife goes, "You got to get that checked out. Like, you got to go call the doctor and
fix this.
And get that checked out." Mm-hmm. So I said, "All right, I'll call right now." So the doctor said, "Yeah, come on in. Get you all fixed up. We'll check it out." So I go to the doctor. He goes, "I'll lay down." Pulls up my shirt. He goes, "Oh, yeah, that's infected. We got to get that thing out.
Ugh.
Got to get that knot out." And I go, "Okay. Should I make another appointment?"
Oh, no.
"Oh, no, we're going to do it right now."
Lay down.
And at that moment, he just pulls out this tray of scalpels and...
Yeah, buddy.
And I don't see any numbing agent on there. This guy, may I just say, without warning, cut and dug
Ew.
into my belly.
Yeah, buddy.
Did he forget that he didn't give you?
I have no idea.
No, it's just one of those things that has to happen so fast.
And the pain, it hurt so bad, it didn't hurt anymore. And I saw colors.
Yep.
Were you biting down on a leather strap?
I don't know where I went. I went on a vision quest that day.
Wow.
You
tapped me on my
I
shoulder.
went to another dimension. There was a naked Indian.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You seen
You're
the
gonna
Big
put
Bang?
on a concert.
Like you went back in time. You saw the Big Bang. Like you saw.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow! I get it now.
That
Wow,
sucks.
it is God.
But you survived. Look at you. Strong.
Stronger for it.
Yeah.
But I must have said, "Is there going to be any numbing thing?" No, let's just do it.
Yeah, I had a couple of times like that. Well, I shattered my nose in a lake accident, and then I had to have it fixed. And they put it back together, and because it was crumbled, they put it back together. And then I went to Alaska and played a show. That was miserable. And then I came back, and when it started healing, I was like, dude, it's still, I can still see it with my left eye. It's still in the way of my left eye a little bit. I can still see this thing. It's not on my ear like it was last week, but it's still not all the way over there. And the guy goes, "Well, I can push on it right now and see if we can kind of crack it over a little more." And I was like, "Okay." And all I thought was, he's going to give me something.
No.
And he goes, "Okay." And then I kind of feel him, and he's over on my shoulder. And then he just goes, whoop, puts his thumbs here and just starts a pushing.
1, 2, there we go.
And my brain just slipped out of my head for a minute.
Wee.
The worst pain I think I've ever been in was, I got to take a deep breath to say it, prostate biopsy.
Yeah.
That was, it was like being shot with a 22 20 times.
Actually, now that we're talking about this, yes, when I got my IUD taken out, that was
Valerie just
the worst.
Wow.
Valerie, just check it out on the instant feedback. Now you know how painful IUD insertion is
Yes,
for women.
You just triggered something that I've buried deep. So I got an IUD, because I
Not IED. That's something different.
That's a bomb. No, an IUD because I don't want to have kids, and so I actually had to have like a hysteroscopy on my uterus because I have a heart-shaped uterus, which is why I don't. Part of the reason why I'm not having children is because I have like a septum that's in the middle of my uterus that I would have to get surgeryed. And anyway, that's a little about
There's a
me.
Nirvana song
Anyway,
about that.
found out about that through a hysteroscopy, and then as my gynecologist was in there, I go, "And you're out for a hysteroscopy?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead and put an IUD up there because I don't, I'm out and I don't want to have kids." And so he did. And so this is 2012. Woke up, went to the ZZ Top concert like that night, feeling fine, everything's cool. Anyway, for ladies who maybe have had an IUD put in, if your body does not respond well to it, it's almost like it's contracting to get it out of your body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so I had to get on pain medicine, and for about a month I kept this thing in like an idiot, and finally had to get it removed. And man, you get
You're an idiot.
no pain meds, and it was absolutely brutal.
all right.
But obviously that's
Anyway.
my story. A lot of women I know have had
Did
successful stories.
you black out or not black out, but like feel?
Did you go on a Vision Quest
did you
too?
see the Vision Quest thing is real.
It was
Yeah, she
amazing
saw
that
ZZ Top again.
Yeah, ZZ Top was in the room. No, but I remember wanting to bite on something big time. Like I think I actually did my shirt, and I wanted to scream the entire time.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I did scream. My wife heard me in the hallway.
Well, my mother-in-law, who grew up in Soviet Russia, would tell me stories of at the hospital she had to get her appendix out, and they no anesthesia. Like she had to get her appendix out without the use of anesthesia.
My goodness.
As like a young girl.
This is your mother?
My mother-in-law
Mother-in-law, I'm sorry.
in Soviet Russia. Your parents aren't allowed to go back with you.
Wow.
Like you're there on a gurney in a quote-unquote operating room with no anesthesia.
Wow.
So that everything that we've gone through pales into comparison
Yeah.
Sure.
to something like that. Anyway,
That's why you got to keep the baby pee diapers.
on a lighter note,
Yeah. Woo.
on a
Another
lighter
one of
note,
those Zoomies.
when and where is today's snow expected to fall?
On the
'Cause
ground.
We are getting snow. Thank you, Scott. And this, according to Fox 2, accumulating snow is likely in many areas today. Although amounts may range from as little as a slushy dusting to as much as 4 inches. Air temperatures will be just cold enough to support a mix of rain, sleet, and snow, transitioning to all snow at some point. Now the ground temperatures are very borderline, but the intensity of the snowfall should eventually overcome the warmer ground and allow the snow to stick, especially on grassy surfaces, especially in areas that see some sleet first. This is all, again, according to Fox 2. So timing, a mix of rain, sleet, and snow will develop pretty rapidly from west to east in the area between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. Looking clear out here right now. The mix with sleet may allow for some slick spots due to slush, especially on lesser traveled roads, parking lots, and sidewalks. The mix will transition to snow by 10 a.m. across all but the southern third of our listening area,
Watch those bridges, y'all.
or roughly along and north of a line from Rolla across to Sparta.
I've known a couple people to be comfortable and feel like, oh, this slush or this snow, it really isn't affecting my car. Everything's fine. And then what do you know? Right into a wall because they hit a bridge, and it's just cool enough where this is now ice, even though the road wasn't. The bridge was ice.
Oh, bridges, overpasses, yeah. Now,
It's like the wall.
south of that line, a mix of sleet and snow will likely be there through midday. Everyone will have snow by early afternoon, with snow ending rapidly from west to east between 2 and 4. Heaviest snow will focus near and north of 70. That's what Fox 2 is forecasting, 2 to 4 inches.
Darn.
Wouldn't be surprised to get a few reports pushing 6 inches in Pike, Lincoln, Warren, and Montgomery counties. Most will be in the 2 to 4 inch range. To the south of 70, southeast Missouri and southern Illinois, snowfall totals will be more variable. There will be several narrow bands where snowfall will push close to 3 inches, but outside of those narrow bands, most areas south of 70 will be in the 1 to 2 inch range.
Yeah, I saw it's bad enough. A lot of the schools already canceled for classes tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
For
and the
tomorrow,
next
yeah,
day.
tomorrow and the next day.
So I should cancel my plans that I have like this afternoon.
No.
You think?
This sounds wimpy.
You know what? I don't
Just drive safely.
feel the panic.
No? All right.
Like
She-
I don't think this is a snowmageddon.
Maybe you should, because her plans were to go speeding over bridges.
That's true. I always speed on Fridays.
That's her thing.
Yeah, we don't need the eggs.
Look,
and
a
milk.
bridge.
Woo!
I'm not sensing the snowgasm that we would normally have here. I'm not even tempted to switch the station into storm mode.
Oh, really?
The bread and milk.
Really?
We don't.
No,
need,
we don't need that today.
No, keep
I
that
noticed
in
it's
the
still parked down in the closet.
I don't need that today. Snow will impact the morning rush, lunch hour, afternoon bus stop. In fact, the heavy snow is lining up for 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a pretty quick decrease in snow after 2 from west to east. The kids are like, we're getting school off tomorrow. And I go, you're going. You're going to school.
Lucky.
And then this weekend, the weekend's going to be cool.
Tell me
Sunday
about
a little
it.
warmer.
What's going on?
Sunday a little warmer as well much of next week. So there you go. That's the.
Isn't Monday President's Day?
It is.
And so school is not happening on Monday.
No, there is no school Monday.
Yeah.
No school Monday.
And then some schools are off today.
Yep.
Your kids all went to school today?
Nope, mine are off.
Oh, they are. No, my
Wow.
kids have school.
They've been talking about having a 4-day weekend for weeks.
That's cool. They
Jealous.
get those.
My kids were off, I think, last Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So it's have they gone 5 days in a while?
No. No, it's ridiculous. Hey, keep it on the local tip here. And these are just my Friday leftovers. I have so many just weird stories to get to this morning.
Sweet.
Stuff that was left over on my desk from the week. Did you know that Schnucks, now they have the self-checkout lanes?
Yes.
And now they're being really hardcore about 10 items or less.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
They send you out?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there was an incident already. This is a policy that took effect, I think, last week, maybe the week before. And if you go to Schnucks, as I do, you'll see at the self-checkout lanes now, there's a sign that says 10 items or less.
Dang.
In the past, I'd be like, 20 items, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, they've always had the post.
No,
right?
they not for self-checkout.
Not for self-checkout.
But I bet it's because the more you have, that's harder to see if anyone's
I don't know. I
scanning
sometimes
everything.
feel I'm faster than the
Yeah, I'm
the
really
regular
good at
checkout
it.
person.
I'm a pro. I did this for a while once. But
As somebody
Yeah.
who worked in the industry, I feel like I'm sometimes a little faster than the regular person.
how are you going to get a good conversation?
I don't know, Scott, but this out of U City, a man allegedly flashed a gun at a Schnucks employee who confronted him about their new self-checkout policy this week, leading to his arrest. Overreaction?
You betcha?
Yeah. No, yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
Prosecutors have charged Jesse Garrett, 68 years old.
That's a good name.
68, almost 70. What are
Wow.
you doing, man? Jesse Garrett, charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful use of a weapon amid the investigation. Earlier this month, Schnucks adopted that new policy that only allows customers with 10 items or less to use the self-checkout lane. I guess Fox 2 got a hand on court documents. Jesse was using the self-checkout lane Monday at the Schnucks on Olive, the 6900 block of Olive, attempting to ring up more than 10 items. At some point, an employee went, you must use another lane.
You know, I wonder if it's if they should consider doing rather than a number, so somebody's not counting and all that kind of stuff. It's like you can't bring carts through here. So if you're buying stuff that fits in a basket, here, this is the basket lane,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Well, if you got something big, though, like let's say you bought like a big old 24-pack or something that's not going to fit in a basket. You know what I'm saying? But you got other things.
well, I'm just saying if you got to have a line, maybe you just like, you know, if you can carry it in here, great. If you got to wheel it in, just go over there. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Well,
That's a good point.
It'd be
Jesse-
easier than counting things and getting into little battles.
when Jesse was told you must go to another lane, Jesse said, not today. Pulled up his shirt, gun in his waistband.
Brandishes his gun.
U City Police Department states in a news release that Jesse, quote, raised his shirt and displayed a firearm to the employee in the self-checkout lane.
Cool power move.
Yeah.
Imagine being
Excuse
that
me, sir.
unstable to where you are literally checking out of the grocery store.
I've counted 11 items. You're going to have to move it over to the other lane.
Instead
You
of
got
just,
that down, dude. You've got that down.
And then Jesse, you know, is nope. Staying here.
Yes.
Right here. I know my rights.
idiot.
And then they're not saying how long this confrontation lasted. I'm sure not long.
Well, now, I don't know about you, but I'm curious as to what the items were.
Yep.
I want to know.
I'm always
I
curious.
want to know what this kind of
What
guy's
are people buying? What type of stress eating is this guy doing?
Yeah, you got.
know what I'm
what
saying?
do you got? You
A
got
lot of
some,
frozen dinners for
You got
sure.
some Pepperidge Farm cookies in there, maybe?
Yeah.
Are you a cereal
I also
guy?
Is it
want to
all
know.
liquor?
I also want to know what time of day this was.
I don't know, it sounds kind of cool. Like, I bet he has a Mountain Dew.
Was it?
What's
It says this is
12-pack
a
of that?
Monday. So this is a Monday. So let's assume the other lanes were busy.
What time was it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
Makes
know.
a difference.
It does make a difference. It really does.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to
Now, it doesn't make no. No, you should not brandish a gun.
No, I'm not.
I'm
saying
just
that.
trying to get in his head of, I have 12 things. Every other line is packed. I just let me do my thing.
Have you noticed though? So we went to Target a couple days ago, and as soon as we walked in, there was this giant line that went all the way around all the, started at the far end, like right when you walk in, and went all the way past all of the cashier areas, all of the checkout areas. One line, and I thought, oh, maybe it's like a master line. It was just the line for the self-checkout area. So that went past, and I thought, oh, maybe there's nobody on the regular checkouts. I think I counted 3.
Yeah,
So there were 3 open lanes.
I love when that happens. And you just walk right up to the person, they check you out, and you're out, and you see this line
Yeah,
of
and
morons.
they weren't fully open. There was like 2 or 3 people there with, significant stacks of crap on the conveyor belt. But it was just wildly long. And I thought, man, is something wrong? Are the machines broken? Like, is it 10% off if you check yourself out?
I don't know.
What is this?
It's people don't want human interaction. Maybe I'm not sure.
The crazy thing is, they're standing in a line. They're closer to these people than they are the cashier that could have checked them out.
Same mentality of driving around the parking lot for 20 minutes to find a close spot.
Well, I
when
understand
you can just park and run right in and
perfect
be out.
spot's a perfect
Just
spot.
letting you guys know that Schnucks, they're on it. 10 items or less. Now, this Jesse guy denied when they called the cops. Denied they had a gun. Police did not initially find one in his possession, but later found a loaded pistol behind a box of candy on a nearby shelf.
Oh, my gosh.
That's it. Hey, it's a great spot to keep that.
Yep.
That's where kids will not be interested.
Candy.
Kids won't look there.
Yeah, I do feel like we're figuring it out, though.
After that, Jesse was like, I displayed the gun, but it was playful.
Yeah,
He's a
fun.
convicted felon.
Jesse
playful,
James, it's kind of.
Yes, he is a convicted felon and should not be in possession of a gun.
Clearly.
I think we are figuring it out, though. We're on the back end of the first phase of the experiment. Of the self checkout, right? I mean,
Yes,
they're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna complain enough. They're gonna push back enough. It's all gonna
We'll
equal.
find the balance.
The great
I think
equalization.
eventually we'll find the balance.
There's some towns are already removing the self checkout.
Walmarts. Some Walmarts are going back to regular checkouts.
I like the self-checkout.
I think we could find a good balance.
Yeah.
Like we could do this where everybody's happy. All right, in other news, a video about something called the Dorito theory is making the rounds online.
Wait, isn't this the guy who thinks that everybody's going to be Doritos?
No,
This
no,
is
that's
different.
Time
Doritos,
traveler.
Doritos is having a moment this week.
That's different.
Yeah, they're really working it on the weird angle of the news.
Rafe was out in Vegas, and I guess they transformed the Luxor pyramid into a Dorito.
Yeah, it's like the ad
Oh my god!
on the side.
Yeah, the ad on the side of the Luxor is a big Dorito,
Yeah.
which looks pretty cool.
And he sent over a text of a picture of that and said the time traveler was right.
I know.
He's
What
with
if
the
they
Dorito people. If
get
you
an
missed it
Uber?
earlier in the week, but okay. So the Dorito theory, it's got nothing actually to do with it's got nothing to actually do with physical Doritos. It's just how our minds work. So the Dorito theory might explain why people are so obsessed with like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Do you find yourself scrolling YouTube Shorts?
I have a little bit recently. Yeah, I don't have TikTok, but
I don't. I've never done that.
YouTube Shorts?
it knows what I like, and I like metal apparently because it only shows me metal guitar stuff. Like,
Nice.
Watch James Hetfield prepare to go on stage between this song and that song. I'm like, well, okay, I'll do that again.
My algorithm will show me people trying food, going around to different restaurants.
Really?
Yeah,
Mine is
That's
all
awesome.
guitars. Yours is all food.
all food.
Yeah, mine. I will scroll endlessly if it's all conspiracy theory stuff, but as soon as it gets like educational, I just.
I don't.
boring.
YouTube, I watch our stream on YouTube and
It's
music
not regular
videos.
YouTube; it's YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But
what that is.
if you had an account,
It's not YouTube.
Do you have an
Bridges, it's
account when you're?
Shorts.
I have a YouTube account. Yeah.
So yeah, like mine didn't. I didn't start even watching these until I started the Gear channel, the Story of the Gear channel. So like with that, obviously I'm posting about guitars and amps and all that kind
Sure,
of
yeah,
stuff.
you've been
So now,
soaking
so
out
now
there.
it's like narrowed me down.
Gotcha.
And it knows what I like, and that's what I like. And
That's my TikTok.
YouTube Shorts are
It's
minute
TikTok.
videos.
Yeah.
It's TikTok
It's TikTok. Yeah.
YouTube's TikTok and
It's YouTube's TikTok.
Reels.
And I'll find myself just going scroll. So the Dorito theory, the idea behind it is the most addictive things are never fully satisfying. It's why you can't stop pounding Doritos one after the other. Because when you eat a Dorito, you're not satisfied. You want the Dorito,
Yeah.
you eat it, you're not satisfied, so you eat another one.
Right.
He'll explain it better. Listen to the Dorito theory.
Imagine eating Doritos. When you eat a Dorito and finish your bite, you're not fully satisfied. It's not the same as eating a steak. Eating potato chips is addictive because the peak of the experience is kind of when you're tasting it and not after. I think this applies to a lot of different very addictive things in life, like the infinite scroll on TikTok. You're never satisfied after you engage in the behavior. I'd recommend actually trying to just remove anything that you think falls into Dorito category.
So do you understand that?
Yeah,
so when
right.
you eat the Dorito, the moment, the peak experience is the first taste.
Yeah. You never swallow and then go, that was great.
Yeah, I am satisfied.
Isn't that
Now-
funny?
you know,
So
now
does
is-
that mean
I need to chase that feeling with another Dorito.
So is it worth it then, just for that first initial burst of flavor? Then the rest is like, there's a lot of. This tastes like garbage. I don't know.
I'm surprised it's Doritos and not Pringles, though, because once you pop, you can't stop. I feel like that is more.
I can relate more to Doritos. In fact, went to CVS yesterday.
What'd you get in the snack aisle?
Well, we went to go grab some pizza at that Pizzarelli place, me and the kids. And, we got a road trip coming up today, driving down to Nashville after the show.
Yeehaw.
So I'm like, let's stop at CVS and let's grab some snacks for the car, which I actually did see the disappointment in the kids' faces.
What?
You know why? Because stopping at a gas station along the way is
way
Kind
cooler.
of more.
is
yeah.
way cooler.
You'll need to restock.
And especially,
You know what I mean? Like it's cooler to like stop along the way
Wait, what are you saying?
to buy snacks.
Yeah. You're
I
saying
bought.
like,
I was like, let's buy snacks now,
yeah, because you're gonna pass Wally's.
so we have them in the car.
no, you got to satiate a hunger. If you already have them, it's just not as fun. You got to be like, ooh.
You know, make this.
Yeah.
Who
And also, your
Who wants
the net.
pistachios?
your kids know whenever you're saving money too. So the, $1.50 for the M&Ms instead of $4 at the gas station. It's pretty sad.
It wasn't about a money thing. It was about they like the
Yeah.
and I kind of do too.
The shopping experience is a part of it too.
No,
You
it is
walk in,
so
you're like,
fun.
It's
ooh.
the shopping experience while you're at a rest stop.
Checking all the bathrooms.
But that's a gamble because sometimes the gas stations suck.
Yeah, but you can always
gotta
find.
know.
You
You
can
know
always
which ones are
find.
good.
You can always find a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, dude.
You can always find whatever.
the pickled.
And the process of going up and down and going, do I want Gardettos and a wolf?
Oh yeah.
A ceramic wolf?
So
I think I
anyway,
do.
so I was like, let's go pick up some snacks, and the first thing I picked up a giant bag of Doritos.
What flavor?
Regular.
Regular.
Just
Wow.
cheese.
Regular.
Good.
And I will have that bitch next to me.
Yes, you will. Oh man, and you're gonna smell so bad. Like the car is gonna smell like crusty ass Doritos.
Oh, that-
Or
Our
my
end.
wife's car
You
down.
have the
Oh,
smoker
dude, she's gonna be
fingers.
so
and
happy
she
about
just
it.
vacuumed it out.
Yeah.
She made sure the car was ready because she's already down there, ready for us to road trip.
Are you guys just total trash pandas, or do you have a sack that is the garbage sack in the
Oh,
car?
no. We have a dad, and that's me, who screams every time we stop and go, now
Throw your garbage
Throw your
out.
get all
Garbage out.
your
Throw your
trash.
garbage out of
Don't
here.
get out of this car unless your hands are full.
Nice.
Get all your trash.
Throw your garbage out.
The cup holders. Get the wrappers
Get
out of the
everything
cup
out of the
holders.
door.
Yeah, and the little
Little trash compartment.
trash compartments
That's
in the door.
me.
Get them out of here.
No matter how happy I am, as soon as the car turns off, I start yelling. Hey, don't get out of this car without something in your hand.
Drives me nuts.
That bag will be cleared by the time we're out of Missouri. Because I can't with Doritos.
Yeah.
It's that Dorito theory is right.
Yeah.
I love my
That's
husband
wild.
a
That's a good
lot,
theory.
but he's the king of recycling, and so he will not let me, and I will recycle if there's a recycling bin, but he will keep the plastic bottles and the aluminum in a bag in the back for the duration of the trip until we get home. If there
Nice.
is no recycling
I
option, which
love
is
that.
great. But
What a
I'm like,
saint.
sometimes I'm like, I just need to
You got to get out of
clean
here.
this damn car out.
Speaking of traveling, and this man, and this story was filed under good news. This was like one of these feel-good stories. But, man, I feel like there's something more nefarious here.
Okay.
So a pair of workers who work for New York's Metropolitan Transit Authority, they're being praised for reuniting a traveler with a lost bag containing $30,000 in cash.
Wow.
So one of the assistant conductors on the Long Island Railroad going out to Ronkonkoma. I don't know if you've been out on Long Island.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Anyway.
CVS or something?
So this guy found the bag on the Long Island Railroad train, opened it up. Oh, my God, $30,000 in cash.
This is a passenger train?
This is a passenger train.
Okay. I'm picturing Amtrak, kind of like an airplane seat, a little bit bigger, but they got those open kind of racks above you if you're in the cheap seats.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
leather,
the LIRR.
Nice.
Leather Kenneth Cole bag.
And there's a video of the worker finding the bag. It was just left on the seat. He opened it up and actually pulled out wads of cash. Like, holy cow. It wound up being $30,000.
Oh, my gosh. What would you think? The first thing I would think is like, oh, my gosh, somebody's looking for this and they got a gun.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
Like, what's that, Money Train or something? Like, it's one of those.
This is a drop.
So, yeah, it's one of those Mission Impossible. Like, I didn't see it. I saw
this
nothing.
Is a drop. Like somebody's supposed to come on the train and get the bag. I don't know.
I got no part
Some
in this.
kind of ransom.
Hey.
So
leave me out of it.
The conductor, called one of the MTA detectives, and they said they were looking through the bag to see if there was a receipt, a name, or something. Whoever's bag it was did leave a planner in there, and they saw the person had an appointment to get their car inspected that day. So they ended up contacting the mechanic, sent the mechanic a picture of the person, asking if he could help identify who the person was. And then that's how they actually wound up getting into contact with the person whose bag it was.
So who did this? This was a Good Samaritan on the train?
So it was,
an
employee.
Oh, the employee.
Employee then contacted an MTA detective. They found the planner.
All right, yeah. So that's
I guess they wound up going through surveillance. Like, here's a picture of the woman.
I thought I was just lucky. I went to get my car worked on. The guy's like, "Hey, did you lose 30,000?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And he gave it to me, and I just drove off. It was awesome.
Well,
Man.
First of all,
what would you do, dude?
What would you do?
Turn it in.
Turn it. If I'm an employee, turn it in. Even if I'm
No, never mind being an employee because
No.
that's part of your job. Let's say you're just rando.
Oh.
You're heading over.
nobody $30,000 in
Right.
cash.
No, thanks.
What idiot?
Right. This isn't $20 I found in the parking lot and I'm keeping it. This is $30,000
Is this
that could
someone
have
on-
a tracker on it.
Is this someone on drugs that, was kind of out of their mind and they left and
Probably.
they
I
probably
don't know,
have a
if you're-
big task?
Let's say they got to
One
get
job.
they got to get car work done. Okay, they want to pay cash, $30,000 cash. I don't know what kind of car work they're getting done. I don't know.
New motor.
But if you have any amount of money on you that is significant, aren't you hugging that
Protective,
bag?
right.
Jesus. Right?
gotta
Aren't
play
you
it cool.
like,
Maybe 30 grand.
'Cause that's
nothing
obvious.
to that gal.
if 30 grand ain't nothing, they ain't taking the Long Island Railroad.
You're right. None of this makes sense to me.
None of this makes sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense. It just means that I've never had that.
You know in The Big Lebowski when Walter is they're doing the money swap for the chick and he brings his whites because he's got his
Yeah.
laundry in the bag, dude, and he rolls
That's
out.
right.
I love that scene so much.
Her life
That's
is
all I'm
in
thinking about right
your
now.
hands.
Yeah, but
dude.
aren't you hugging that bag? Or you like, I got a handcuff
Yeah,
on
yeah.
one
Yeah.
wrist and the other on the bag.
Yeah.
Well,
When
the
I
fact
used-
that it was even found before there was a call. Although, let's say you lost it, would you call or would you try to get it back yourself? I'm not
Well,
really sure.
if it's money that is dirty, if it's dirty money.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I just know that if I'm a passenger, I'm not doing that work.
If I'm carrying $30,000 on me, and I go doot on the train, and then get off the train, I go, oh my God, my bag.
Yeah.
You realize immediately you're not carrying the $30,000. What other thing you carrying
Right.
Your phone.
of more value
Scrolling.
than the $30,000 cash that you would not even worry about it?
Yeah, when I used to do merch, we'd have to do drops. If it got to a certain point, we'd call the tour manager over. He would come, grab the money, put it in a safe, and we'd get rid of it. But sometimes you get so slammed you wouldn't realize, and you might have like 20, 25 grand in your in all my cargo pockets, because that's why I wore those, was just loaded up with money. And that was a straight beeline. Like, I didn't stop to go pee anywhere.
That's all
I
you
went
can think about.
right to
That's
the
all you
bus.
can think about is the money you have on you.
I'm a target, man.
Here's the detective talking about it.
I was looking through the bag to see if there was a receipt, a name. They did leave a date book, a planner in the bag, and I saw that this person had an appointment to get their car inspected. So I ended up contacting their mechanic, and I actually sent their mechanic a picture of this person. He helped me identify who it was, and then, that got the ball rolling to contact Long Island River Lost and Found and reach out to this person so they could get their bag.
Man, idiot.
It's pretty wild, dude.
Did the guy have a vowel at the end of his?
It's a gal. It was a gal.
It was a woman.
I just know that if I'm
Of course, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
every time.
If I'm
Every time.
Blinkers
Can't find my
on,
keys,
this-
can't find my 30
Cash is
grand.
king.
Spent $30,000 to fix her blinker.
yeah, she's carrying a Toyota around.
Well, that's what happens. We go to the shop and they say, "Hey, your blinker fluid's out. It's going to cost $30,000." I go,
Lern,
"Damn it! I
it's
got to drain my
expensive.
bank
She
account."
probably saw something shiny and got distracted.
Right? I mean, clearly, that's all we do. We're like, squirrel. Yeah, that's women everywhere.
Wow.
The
Shiny.
anti-feminists.
Anyway, Scott, another record has fallen. Another world record has fallen. So
What did I do now?
Well, I think we could say this at Rizz Show Live, which is coming up March 2nd, now sold out, courtesy of Yingling. At Rizz Show Live, you'll be attempting to set a world record.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that before?
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned where we're going to do that, but yeah, we talked about the
So
setting a world record.
For those of you who are going to Rizz Show Live, you will see King Scott attempt to break a world record.
Right.
Or two.
How exciting!
Or two.
Oh, well, let's just
We'll see.
that is one of Scott's bucket list items is to break a world record, and I think we could get that done this year,
Yeah.
and possibly done on March 2nd. I mean, King Scott could be in the record books. A Danish man, he earned an unusual Guinness World Records title when he managed to stuff 68 matchsticks into his nostrils. So that record fell this week.
Weird flex.
Peter von Tangen Buskov, 39 years old, was awarded the title of most matchsticks held in the nose when he surpassed the Guinness record of 45 matchsticks. He says, quote, "Surprisingly, it did not hurt. I have fairly large nostrils and quite stretchy skin. I'm sure that helped a lot." Let me see your nostrils. Scott. Dude, this guy's got big nostrils.
Yeah, you kind of do.
How
Dude.
many
Is
matchsticks
my
could we
thing?
fit
Is
in
this
there?
my thing?
Dude.
Is this my thing?
That could be it.
This could be it.
And it's in the news. I mean, you'll go straight to the front page.
yeah.
It's timely. It's topical.
It's matchsticks.
Imagine this guy's record falls within like 3 weeks. He says he chose the Matchsticks Challenge after researching different world records he could attempt. He said he doesn't think he can currently beat his own record, but has not ruled out trying again in the future.
I wouldn't mind to try this, be the guy that gets the world record for inserting the most amount of matchsticks in someone else's nose. I think that'd be a fun record to get.
So these are your standard issue matchsticks. Why don't you just grab a pack and just try this weekend? See
This
what you
weekend.
can shove
Get a
up there.
pack of diamond and
No, we're
Isn't that
just
the
like
brand?
I'm imagining these are not like the little pocket matchsticks. These are like the
Wooden.
hardcore, the wooden ones.
Wooden
Dang.
matchsticks.
is it, or is it the little paper?
No. These
Okay,
are wooden matchsticks.
Wow.
Wooden matchsticks. So the record now is 68, was 45. So he shattered
This
it.
guy's a hero.
He shattered it. So maybe try, if you get 69, if you get 69 those matchsticks up your nose,
69.
Yeah.
You could do it.
This is pretty cool.
I think
Just don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Just stay
I
still.
think maybe Rizz Show Live, this is something you could consider doing.
Okay.
And honestly, you need to wax out your nose hairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to
Make a
block
little
a
extra
lot.
room.
Slide them in.
Make some extra room. That's right.
I'll start stretching now with my finger.
That's right.
Do you
No
guys ever
shave-
do that?
No shaving. I don't wax. I've never
wax?
waxed it. I just do that.
I've
did it in my-
gotten the wax
Does it hurt like hell?
for a second.
Didn't you do that? Did you do it at my bachelor party? The Rizz Show bachelor
Yes.
party? Yeah, that's when we did it. And that was, wakes you up. And I realized I had I didn't know at the time until she pulled it up, but there was like a cut or something inside there. So it hurt
Because
extra
you're picking
bad.
out
I was like,
something?
Oh
I
my
guess so.
gosh.
I don't know.
I don't
No,
wanna
I don't
be
know
part
what
of
was
that.
going on, but it's like, well, That
No,
hurts.
it was, they put like the wax in there and they put the stick up there.
Yeah.
And they,
Every episode of Queer Eye on Netflix, whenever they have like these dudes that have not shaved in 20 years,
Yeah.
they always stick those things up the nose and pull them out. It looks like it hurts so
It
bad.
does for a second, but I don't know why. I'm not
A nose waxer?
I'm not like a sadist or anything, but it kind of feels
Oh,
it hurts
boy.
good.
Oh boy! Hey,
Zoom into Scott Rizzuto's soul.
It kind of hurts.
Hey,
Okay.
honey,
I
it's Saturday night.
like
You want
a
to wax
deep
my
tissue
nostrils?
massage hurt good.
It kind of hurts so good.
That one
It-
seems painful.
And well, you know what? It looked like when they did. I've done it twice. Work was done.
Yeah. Work was done. Oh, you mean like it took a lot?
It took like maybe that was the feeling of wow. All right, man. We did some work today.
Man,
Did you feel like your nose dripped more because there was no nose hairs?
No, and that's actually not that good for you because your nose hairs do stuff.
Yeah, they
Right.
filter things.
Filter
and
things.
That's why I thought it was hilarious. We did that, and then less than a month later, they announced the whole world has
Yeah, and
COVID.
everybody got COVID.
So I got rid of my filter right in time for COVID. It was great.
That's true. Hey, dictionary.com just added 327 new words and terms.
All right.
So dictionary.com. Here are some of the highlights, new words that are now on the website, dictionary.com. Words and terms. You tell me what this stuff is. Bed rotting.
Oh,
Bed rotting.
That's me every weekend. I'm rotting in bed. That means I'm laying in bed extended period of time. Point for Lern.
The practice of spending many hours in bed during the day, often with snacks or an electronic device, as a voluntary retreat from activity or
Yummy.
stress.
My Saturday.
Oh, that's so good.
It is so good.
You get a bed rot tomorrow?
Yep. Dude, there's all sorts of new good movies on HBO Max. I'm down.
I will say the good thing about having a back injury as a teenage kid is that I can't do that because my back gets so sore.
It does.
So I'm like, screw this. I got to move.
Why? Bed rotting's not a bad thing.
Oh, it's painful.
Why do we have to look to the negative?
No, I feel fortunate.
That it's
I get to get up and go
a bad
outside.
thing. Like you need every once in a while. Like, hey man, it's all right.
Yeah.
And go
lay
burn
down.
things in the fire pit.
I wish I could. I mean, kind of bums me out that I can't do that.
Yeah.
I could if I got the time. I'll do it. Also on dictionary.com now is the ick.
The ick.
That's the ick.
The ick. What does that mean? The ick.
It's not cringy, but it's almost like that's just undesirable.
It's ugh.
The sudden feeling of disgust or dislike, often in response to the actions of another person. Mid. M-I-D.
Ooh, mid. Okay, so if somebody is mid or it's mid, it's just like middle of the road. It's just average.
It's the new meh.
It's mediocre, unimpressive, or disappointing. If you're any of those things, you're mid. But things like movies and shows can also be mid.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one. Bussin'.
Ooh, bussin'.
That's bussin'. You know what that is? And Moon and I know. Moon and I know.
Yeah, tell me.
It's pretty
No,
common.
I want
I'm
common
thinking
now.
I'm thinking of Bussy, which reminds me of
Bussin'.
our friends.
B-U-S-S-I-N.
No, bussin'. Oh, it's
Bussin'.
bussin'. Yeah, her outfit's bussin', right?
what does that mean?
It's like cool, right?
It's what is it, Moon? That's bussin'.
Yeah, like it's it's on fire. Like it's good.
It's great, actually. It's great.
Yeah, but
It's great. It's wonderful. It's amazing.
I will say my kids don't really use that anymore. It's like that's the old. Now that old folks have taken it, the kids are like, no. I'm not
One
gonna
of the
say that.
YouTube things that's fed to me, there's a guy that does, is this bussin' or discussin'?
That's awesome.
So he'll try something. He'll try like a new fast food item.
Yeah.
And he'll tell us if it's bussin' or discussin'.
Love it.
What was the one that our sons
Hilarious.
were watching for a while? It's similar. It was like they just took the term and it was it was the hot or not, bussin' or discussing.
Like
It
Rizz
was-
or-
what the heck was it? Like they made a whole business off of it.
Okay.
Can't remember.
All right,
These
what's
terms are so interchangeable. They're just terms for the same thing, and they got about 12 months.
well, these are now all on dictionary.com. What is boobney?
A boobney.
Oh, those are neat.
Boobney.
So you got a
It's whenever an
boob?
older
What is it?
an
Boobney.
older person's sagginess.
No,
olive oil
That's a
boob.
me boob.
What
those
is
are
it?
knee knockers.
Yeah.
Boobney.
Boobney is or are pimples or a rash caused by your bra. That's
Oh,
boobney.
like acne for boobs.
Yeah,
I
boobney.
see.
Boobney. It's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Barbiecore.
Pink everything.
That's what I live my
Pink
life
outfits,
24/7.
accessories, and decor that celebrates Barbie. What's girl dinner?
Oh, girl dinner is where we eat certs and a nice latte, and that's our dinner.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's
certs, like the mints?
Yeah, like where it's just a ridiculous thing that you eat for dinner.
An
Like
often
fun stuff.
attractively presented collection of snacks that involve little preparation.
Yeah.
That's girl dinner.
Doritos,
Yeah.
certs, chocolate martini, and some gummy bears.
That's
girl
what,
dinner.
If my wife is at home at nighttime by herself, that's what
That's
she
girl
always says. And then she says, if I'm at home, I have a bachelor party.
I haven't heard of a cert or even a cert reference since 1998. Are they still making those things?
Certs.
I don't know. I was
Certs.
listening-
What
with
gas
Retson.
station you go to?
Certs with Retson. That right?
Yeah. No, I was
Certs.
listening to a podcast yesterday. They were talking about certs.
Oh, okay. I was like, what brought that up? Is that a thing for you?
As far as breath mints go, certs.
I like
Pretty
that
good.
Zen breath mint.
Are they still around?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah,
Well-
you could buy a roll, right? A
They're
roll
on the
of certs.
floor.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
as far as the lineup of snacks
That
go
is
and
funny.
mints, they're on the floor at the gas
Right,
station.
Yeah,
they're the
'cause
solid ones with the stuff in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big fat
circular.
font.
It's a
that
lifesaver that's filled in.
Right.
looks like it's from 1941.
Your grandma loved them.
I like certs. Man,
they're-
I
they're
may
on
go
the
pick
way
up
back
some
now?
certs today.
Maybe.
Wow, certs.
All right, what's a cheat code?
Cheat code.
It's just an easy way to do something.
Like a hack. Employ a technique that bypasses traditional methods or rules. Range anxiety. Range anxiety.
A limited anxiety. It's only around your home.
That's when you have a range of anxieties, a whole bunch of them.
When you're
No.
on the farm
No. It's a fear that an electric vehicle's battery will run out of power before you get to where you're going. That's range anxiety.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And what is a shacket?
Shacket?
It's a shirt jacket.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is a shirt jacket.
Lots of
I
men
got a
wear
few of
those.
those.
It's a mashup of a shirt and jacket.
Yeah, I got
have
a few of those. I have
yeah.
a few of those, and I have a dilemma every time I look at them because I go, well, I wore that on Monday, but it's just a jacket. I could wear it today, but then I'm on YouTube all the damn time. I'm sure somebody will shred me for wearing the same thing, and I'm like, but I got to explain it. It's a jacket.
Right.
It's a shacket.
It's a shacket. I have a couple shackets.
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
It's a quote
kinda-
garment in the style of a button-down shirt made of a
Oh.
thicker fabric and usually worn over other shirts.
Yeah, that plaid
Have you
thing I
ever?
got.
I just came up with a great invention. We should do one where it's a shirt hat combo called a shat. I think that would be
Like a
nice.
hoodie?
Draw it up and
It's not bad, man. That'll
draw
sell.
it up, and I'll invest.
It's fun to wear.
I'll
those.
invest.
Yeah, jackets are cool, man. I like them. That's my that's my house attire usually.
A shacket.
Yeah.
So that's on dictionary.com now. Those terms you just heard. All right. So a guy named Anthony Thomas, he gave the internet a candidate for meme of the week.
Anthony Thomas.
Tommy Thomas. So he is a
Tony
chef.
Thomas.
He is a chef in Washington. And has anybody ever been on a plane where it's been
Yeah.
empty?
Oh yes. Does it count if there's one other person? Or-
Yes. Yeah, I count.
There was
Like-
a couple myself, and we ended up like with the stewardess or the flight attendant. We all started just hanging out and talking the whole time. It was so funny. We finally got this empty flight, and then you just hang out.
Yeah,
But it was awesome.
And it's been a long time because now every flight is packed.
Yeah.
They've eliminated
Yeah.
planes now and routes and stuff. Now every flight is packed. But it did happen where I was on a Southwest flight where there was maybe 10 people.
Yeah, it's like
maybe
it's
10.
like a private flight
It's
with crappy
so
seats.
Fun.
Awesome.
You get the whole seats.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this guy posted a photo of himself. He was on a nearly empty Southwest Airlines flight. And the picture's funny because of all the seats that are open. And you know Southwest is open seating. So
Yeah.
you could go wherever.
They sat close to each other.
Guy sat right behind him.
Wants to be friendly.
Hey man, maybe he's just afraid to be alone. You know.
And the picture the guy this Anthony takes, so it shows two other passengers sitting like at least 10 rows away. And then this one guy just sitting right behind him.
You got to have a fart buffer
Yeah.
if you can.
Well, it could. We just finished the whole Monk series, and it sounds like something he would do. Where it's like, well, my number on the ticket is this number right here. I have to.
No, it's Southwest. So
Southwest.
They literally picked
Oh yeah,
the seat.
it's
You can go
cattle
wherever
call.
you want.
Yeah.
That's the crazy
The
thing.
guy could have picked from over 100 different seats.
Hey, I guarantee you.
Well,
though,
how soon did he sit down?
Maybe.
Maybe they both
Obviously-
came in and they're like,
Obviously, Anthony was on the plane first. If he's making a big deal of the guy sitting right behind him.
well, yeah, but I'm just saying, were they at both kind of at the same time to walk in together to sit down and? expecting more people?
I guarantee you, even though there was only 4 people on the flight, one of the guys had to stand in C-51, and they had to wait for C group to board. He's back there going, "There's nobody here. I gotta wait."
Well, so maybe they're at the front of the plane and they don't want to.
There's no excuse for this.
I know, but I'm just trying to get in the head of the person.
This is the same guy that won't skip the 30 empty urinals to snuggle up and try to talk while it's business time.
I had an international flight once, with the 3-4-3, I think it was. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's a row of 3 and then center row of 4.
Yes.
And I had an entire row to myself and laid down and slept.
Oh my gosh.
That's never going to happen
never gonna
again.
happen again.
That's never going to happen. It was cool.
This happens
That's
at the
very
gym
nice.
too. There could be 25 empty treadmills, but somebody always seems to. You got to go right next to me.
Yeah,
Come on,
that
man.
happened to me last week. Young lady came to open treadmills, 30 of them.
At Lifetime,
Yeah.
and they got a million.
And they got a million of them.
million.
Hey, maybe,
And this little itty
they
bitty
had
little
their
thing came
favorite.
over and just got next to me, and I was like, whatever.
Why?
I don't
Why?
know. I think she wanted to have friends. But
Wait.
we're like in our.
You are in your zone.
We
Is there
have
an
headphones
angle?
in.
Is there an angle for the TV or something?
No.
No, all the
they're
TV's
all
right in front of you.
Hey,
right
listen,
in front.
maybe she's on a routine and that's her favorite one, and you're the one that had to be next to her.
Made me feel weird because I also didn't want people breathing on me. I was like, can we just
yeah.
not be huffing on each other for once?
Especially when
It's like noon.
there's other things available.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it frustrating, though, if you go to a smaller gym where there's 2 good treadmills, 2 decent, and 2 really old ones, and you always want that new one, but you see there's a guy on the very end one, and yet the other nice one is right next to him, but you're like, I can't. I have to go with the old janky
I
one.
know. I will. I am conscious of that. I never go next to somebody.
This is open urinals, and somebody going right next to me. Like, come on, man.
Come on,
We
man.
we don't need to be next to each other.
I didn't know. I'm glad you taught me that because I do
Yeah.
apologize.
Well, after I smacked the crap out of you.
And I dribbled everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right, you want one more thing? One more thing before we move on. High school cheerleader, Michigan, was told to cover up when she wore her cheer uniform to school on a game day. High school cheerleader in Michigan was told to cover up when she wore her cheer uniform to school on game day.
What's wrong with that?
Mom is pissed. So Amanda's the mom. She was upset when her daughter, who's a varsity cheerleader at this high school, was told to put pants on. And I guess it's common for high school athletes to be instructed to wear their uniform to school on game days.
Yep. This is the
is
uniform
normal.
you gave them.
Right.
Told them to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
And this is your standard. This is your standard high school cheer uniform.
Right. Do cheer uniforms, because I remember the dress code started implementing where your skirts couldn't be shorter than your knees. Is this what this is?
That's what this is.
Well, you know what? This school can kiss everybody's ass then. Because it's like, okay, I can't wear my cute outfit that I picked out that is the same length of the skirt that I'm literally tumbling in front of everybody in this freaking
Oh,
county
so
in
you're
front of.
pro telling the cheerleader to
No. I'm pro. Don't tell me what to wear ever. Like, I'm just now, this is pissing me off because I'm just now connecting this. Literally, we can't have our shorts.
Triggered.
I am triggered right now. My female rage is coming out. Shorts and skirts. Oh, you can't wear that during school time. But hey, you can do back handsprings in front of everybody's fathers at the football game. Go F yourself. I'm pissed.
Well, and that's what the mom is upset because
So they have a dress code that the skirt can't be above the knee, which is crazy.
Right.
these days. But then they assign and they give a uniform.
But then these are the school uniforms.
And then they tell her to go put pants on. But hey, you can wear it later today when all these adults are going to come watch you. Yeah. Out of your freaking mind.
That is.
Yeah, that's
So the
bizarre.
reason given to the mom. Well, I'm going to let her do this.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Let's hear Mom. This is Mom Amanda.
So I called the school office and I was told that they are to wear pants under their uniforms at all times. It is a distraction to the boys. I don't feel that should be a distraction to the boys. Girls have been wearing cheer uniforms issued by the school since I was in high school.
Yeah, and again, this is not anything that you haven't seen before
Yeah,
as far as high school uniforms
Right.
go.
So I guess
high
they
school cheer uniforms.
cheer for the female sports and not the male sports.
Yeah, it's
When
bizarre.
they don't
Yeah,
have to wear
So
are
pants
the
on
guys
there?
not getting distracted while
No,
they're
not
playing?
at all.
And I'm going to ask this,
Freaking
but
joke.
are high school boys more horned up than we were in the past?
No, everybody,
Oh,
and
that's
also
an-
like
well,
what women wear isn't like
What?
what women wear. It's the same thing that like dudes look hot in what you wear, but you guys can wear whatever the hell you want. But it's the girls that like, you know, society's told us, hey, you can't sag your pants.
I'm
you gotta,
sorry, we
You
cannot.
you got your
Learn,
mom
I'm
shorts
push
on.
back a second here.
Go.
Because we cannot wear whatever we want. And I'm going to provide an example of
Please.
that in just a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I would. Well, no, I'm saying everybody should just wear what
Like
they
my
want.
fun Speedos that look like an
I'm going to
elephant.
give you an example of guys can't wear whatever they want in the workplace in just a moment here.
Okay.
You think there should be no rules?
No, I'm just saying the hypocrisy of this. My mind is blowing right now because I never thought about the cheer uniform specifically.
No, and this is absolutely ridiculous, especially since the cheerleading coach told the cheerleaders, wear uniforms. It's a basketball game day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the players, well, not basketball players, I guess, but football players, they'll wear their jersey, right?
Yeah,
right,
at
and
least
some of
they
them are
used to.
see-through, and we see
Mesh.
pecs. Oh my gosh! Like
Yeah.
you know, it's so weird.
I don't remember wearing my.
Yeah, well, the good thing about this is that the parents wind up going to the school board meeting, and they will affect change. Like they're going to get this rule changed.
What are they going to change it to? That no uniforms will be worn ever now, but they'll still be wearing or what? They're going to have like long skirts.
No,
for
like
chicks?
it's going to be like the cheerleaders will be allowed to wear the uniforms.
This is a public
Okay,
It's going to be
good.
okay. It's a public school.
Oh, okay.
It's a public school. Like one parent was like, you know, my daughter can't wear a sports bra to practice because it's inappropriate, but the guys could be out on the soccer field or the basketball court or the football field with their shirts off.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I feel like this is a good advancement for skirts.
It's a double standard. That's what they're arguing, so they'll get the rule changed. Now, why can't men wear shorts to work when women can wear dresses?
Amen.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially on
Well,
like
it's
hot days.
distracting.
I totally am for it.
It's distracting. When John Kielski walks in
Is
the
my
hallway in
creamy
shorts,
legs too distracting for the ladies around here?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Are my creamy chicken legs?
You're meaning like in a professional office. Because trust me, everybody's wearing gym shorts
Oh,
at this
I know.
place.
Over here. Not this guy, by
But-
the way. You will never see me wear shorts to work.
Okay, great.
Again.
Like in the office.
Well, and me as well. I don't wear shorts ever. I mean, unless I have tights on.
and if we're at a remote or something like that, and it's
Something different.
swamp ass, weather. I won't wear shorts to work.
I agree. Like, what is the problem with if it's still a nice outfit? Like, let's say, my husband has a bunch of really nice golf shorts. He golfs, and they're plaid and they're pleated and they're lovely, profesh. And he would tuck a polo in. That's a nice outfit for a man in the summertime, even in
Yeah.
the professional setting. I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know. That is an interesting because
So-
it's really hot and it's funny.
So here's
The
what
difference of that.
this office worker who was sick of wearing a suit and tie, sweltering heat, swamp ass weather. He says the workplace is sexist after being banned from wearing shorts. He took to Reddit to voice his frustrations, arguing that he should be able to wear shorts in hot weather if his female coworkers can wear dresses or skirts. In the post, he titled "Sexist Dress Codes Leaving Men to Dry in Hot Weather." He lashed out against office-appropriate attire. He said, "I hate this policy in my office. It's okay for women to wear a skirt or dress, but men are not allowed to wear shorts, even in this hot weather we're having."
Man.
He said, "We're not even client-facing, and these days, you can definitely buy shorts that look smart, casual enough to wear at the office."
I agree.
I understand what he's
Yeah.
saying here. I wouldn't bring the ladies into it. I wouldn't. I don't do. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want them to start wearing shorts.
No, I'm
Oh.
just saying, like, I don't. The comparisons. We're always trying to make comparisons, and we're never okay making the contrasts. And like the contrasts
just
are
gotta
okay.
be
We
smart.
are different. We are different, and things work differently. And sometimes that's okay.
No, it's impossible to not bring the women into it because when women wear a dress, it might be too sexy, but when we wear pants, you're too masculine, and there's
I just think
no
you
middle
ladies-
ground of acceptability. Just let people dress
You
appropriately.
ladies can't control yourselves with
I
the
know.
guys showing, this.
Yeah, man.
Those
Sweet
legs.
calves.
There's a reason you've never seen
mean,
my knees.
I
don't want to tempt you.
I don't remember. Like, I think I was the last generation of the spaghetti strap tank top in high school. I really do. I graduated in 2003. And I think just around then, that's whenever school started implementing dress code with you couldn't show a shoulder. You couldn't have a deep V. You couldn't show your thighs off or your knees. And I remember thinking, and I was a tomboy, so I didn't really wear a lot of, where you could see a lot of my body. But I never thought, like, whenever it started happening, I'm like, what? Because the women looked fine. Like, it wasn't even.
You know what? As far as the cheerleader,
bad.
I remember the girls in my high school would wear their cheer outfits to school during football. Football Fridays or basketball game days.
Right.
And I went to school in the mid '90s, where everybody was wearing such baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Layers.
Everything was baggy, even on the girls. Like, everything was baggy.
And that's back now. That's back.
Yeah. So
And
lusting's gone.
to see it like a cheerleader go, oh man, woo, some skin. Woo, need that.
Because it's funny, you see the baggy pants, you think that's what their legs look like, and then you see them when they're wearing their skirts, you're like, oh, their legs aren't wavy. That's interesting.
Listen, and then the late '90s, early 2000s was the whale tail. Remember the girls?
Oh, yeah.
Girls
Well,
showing
Christina
the whale
Aguilera
tail.
brought that in.
That was kind of my move.
Well, and right there, like, the dress code thing is always going to be an argument. It's always going to be, like a moving bar. But I mean that was a reasonable thing I would say for administrations to push back on.
Let me tell you.
Wouldn't you think?
Well, underwear being out, that's supposed to be under your clothes.
Well,
Let me just tell Brendan here, who is triggered by Lern being triggered, and he says it's amazing how everyday Lern somehow manages to bring up feminism, and relates it to every single story. I brought it up, you dick.
No, and
I did it on purpose.
I'm just a lot of people have a problem with I'm a female. I'm sorry if you've never listened to a female.
No,
before.
I brought it up on purpose to get you worked up.
Well, no, and it's a great conversation to have, and it's okay to have it. I'm triggered because I'd never thought of the fact that it's convenient for the school to be okay with uniforms for women that when it's appropriate for what they want it to be. Whenever they get, but then it's not appropriate. If I would have taken the exact same, if I would have taken the exact same design of the uniform and just not uniform, but made a skirt and like a vest and wore that, I would be sent home.
I don't know. I may take it from another angle, maybe not the feminism angle, because the school said, it's too distracting to the boys. My angle is, you're so scared of the boys being so horned up they're not going to be able to control themselves because a cheerleader wore their cheer outfit.
They must have been listening to the Rizz show and they said, I never knew these kids are running around with NRBs all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, but also,
see what happened?
It's just young ladies are just dressing. It's not even about the guys. It's about, I want to wear what I want to wear. And it's funny because I feel like this is like the objectivity of women, which is a feminist thought. But let me say this. I've never, it blew my mind because I never really thought about the cheer uniform being a skirt before. And so as 38 years old, I'm just, this is stupid.
It's ridiculous.
You're totally right. And I'm on your side with this, but I'm trying to take a neutral perspective here going forward. And again, I'm totally on your side. I'm not pushing on you at all. But from an administrator's perspective, when they're trying to figure out where the rules are here, the tendencies are, especially in a hormonal mixing bowl, which is high school, the tendencies of who is going to push the envelope as far as things that could be deemed inappropriate or distracting, it's going to typically be the ladies. We're talking about whale tails, we're talking about spaghetti strap stuff, we're talking about stuff, and I know what you're saying, and they're putting some ridiculous rules against the girls here in these ways, but the reason we're not talking about rules for guys is because we won't have the tendency as much to want to show that type of thing during that period of life.
Listen, as a former horned up teenager,
and we got less to show. We're just not.
But you don't
we're not attractive.
Women are sexualized in a way that's different than men. I think we can all agree in that.
Sure.
Yes, but is that all societal or is that somewhat biological?
We're going in circles here.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the brave man in shorts, but he needs to...
No, it's fine. I just want to move on.
The guy with shorts needs to have a different argument. It needs to be, he wears pants, they're just not very long. That's how you work around that.
Right. That's it.
He identifies as a short person.
That's it.
Okay.
No, I know. I don't mean to break up the discussion, but we do. It's 7:15. We got to take a
cruising.
We got to take a break. But first, we have things to do. Today's Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots, St. Louis's home for Blues hockey. From Maryland Heights, Missouri, Jason Potrillo is I hope I'm saying his name right.
Let me see it.
I wrote it down, didn't
Petrillo.
Petrillo?
Petrillo.
Oh, Potrillo?
Let me see.
Okay,
What
never
I
mind.
put on there?
Who wrote this phonetically out?
I did.
I knew some Petrillos back in the
Is it
back in the
Petrillo
day.
or Potrillo?
He says it's Potrillo.
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 Potrillo, okay.
Listen, we've said it so many ways,
Damn
they're
it.
all covered.
Yeah.
We got them all covered, yes.
We got you.
Jason has been a fan of both the Rizz Show and The Point since the beginning, has loved seeing the evolution of the show over the years, always keeps him entertained, and has been late to work on multiple occasions because of listening to the show in the parking lot. Loves my shortness of patience, Rafe's long-windedness, Moon's love of soccer and outdated hot sauce gifting, Lern's overall crunchiness, and King Scott's persistence. 3 out of 5 stars. Well,
Nice.
thank you. Jason from Maryland Heights is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, it's 7:15. It's Friday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. And it's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. Everything looks pretty clear except for there are delays 270 westbound between, what is that, Namold and Missouri H. It's on the Illinois side. Your point forecast today, a spotty mix of sleet, snow, and rain. High of 35. Right now it's 30. It's 36 at the Point Studio.
All right. All right, so we have the Craigslist Freak of the Week coming up. We'll crown the winner and then crap on celebrities. Learn what he got for us.
Another music catalog has been sold for $100 million. Even J-Lo has insecurities. Could this guy be the next Rambo? And the best TV shows of the 21st century, and before you even think about it, Breaking Bad, Lost, and Sex and the City, not even in the top 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild.
This list is insane.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your crap on celebrities. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show, presented by the Fast Lane. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams.
Those darn kids, they're off today.
Your kids?
Yeah, that was my son.
Oh, you're okay. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
I just heard him and I thought, man, he's going to sleep till noon today.
Yeah, well, they already had off today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a snow thing. And my kids got school. Where was I? Emails, rizzshow1057thepoint.com. Instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. All right, Friday Fail Stories on the way. Matt Seebeck, who is the Chief Entertainment Officer for St. Louis City SC, our soccer team, he'll be here in about a half hour. We'll talk about what's going on at City Park, some new things. They'll unveil the new City SC away jerseys on the show this morning.
That's right.
Very exciting. It'd be nice if they brought one to me.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. That would be beyond nice. That would be exceptional.
That'd be very nice.
That would be so very appreciated and a real start to another great season.
Yes. Yes. Be nice. It'd be nice. Be nice. Be nice to head down to City Park at some point with wearing a jersey that was gifted by the team. Where'd you get the jersey? The team gave it to me.
Oh, yeah, the team gave this one.
The team gave it to me. Oh, you must be somebody. Well, yes, I am. There's some more food options at City Park.
I can't wait.
All local. Still keeping it local. 100% of all the food at City Park is local. And they're partnered again with some pretty badass places, including Olive and Oak and
really?
Some other places here?
Oh, dude,
I don't wanna give too much away.
the list is exceptional.
But Soul Taco.
Oh, love it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Gogi Bowl.
Don't call me names. I've had enough of a week already.
Well, and you know what the great thing is? So all the food choices at City Park, they're local. Everything from, Balk and Treat Box to Steve's Hot Dogs. But they have a limited menu. So they have a small little sampling of what they serve at their brick and mortar places.
Yeah.
And all the I guess would it be sampling? Like, all right, here's a little sample of what they have at like Steve's Hot Dogs. Like, here's they have a limited menu here, but if you go to the if you go to the actual Steve's Hot Dogs, you could see this huge menu.
Right.
Where was the thing? Okay, so more than half of fans in a postseason survey said they visited brick and mortars after eating at a restaurant at City Park.
There you go.
Wow.
So more than half actually went to the actual place.
The business card works.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I'm like a drug dealer. Give you a little taste. And then you go to the real deal. You're going to love it. So we'll talk to Matt Seebeck. What else? Oh, we got to do this Craigslist Freak of the Week thing. Moon, if you would shut down the votes, please. Lern read us 3 new ads.
Shut down.
3 new ads yesterday. You guys voted for your favorite ad, and we'll read you the winner. We'll tell you who's moving on to the Freak of the Year tournament at the end of the year. Okay, so here's how it all shook out. In third place with 17.2% of your vote, we say goodbye, great name, to Otto Bon Jovi.
Wow. Otto Bon Jovi, he's the guy that he wanted to get crazy frisky. He's from Germany, I believe Frankfurt, and he was looking for a partner. He's looking for a partner to do all sorts of things in the car while on the Autobahn.
While road tripping.
A road dog.
Yep, so we say goodbye to Otto Bon Jovi. Then in second place, your runner-up with 32.5% of your votes, it was Cupid Gooding Jr.
Oh, man, this hairy-assed, roly-poly, fat little man with a rockin' 10-inch hog just wanted to be your Cupid. He wanted to be your cherub.
Wanted to be your Cupid. He's got a whole room dedicated to this.
Good. He's got a 6-foot feathered wingspan made out of repurposed copper, and he's going to put it to use, baby.
Which was, yes, a great ad for this week being Valentine's Day. But alas,
Goodbye.
We will say goodbye to Cupid Gooding Jr. And ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
your official Craigslist Freak of the Week. Moving on to the year-end tournament. It was nominee number 2 with 50.3% of your vote, Larry Bird.
Feed the birds, man for woman, 65 years old, Vancouver. I am quite the nature boy. I love hiking around the island in the nude. I only bring the bare essentials. I would love a companion to join me in the next week or 2. I'll need you to pour that sticky syrup all over me, then drop birdseed on my fully nude body. I'll lie on the ground and let the flock from above come painfully to peck me. I need a companion who is adventurous because you're going to take part too. In fact, you will have the experience first so I can watch your first time. We'll put a little honey on your nips. Put a little seed on you and then get ready for ecstasy. Bigger, perkier nips work best, FYI. You're going to want to make love immediately afterward. I guarantee it. I will film our experience so you can have a copy to enjoy for years to come. It must only be us that knows about this hike. Send a pic of your breasts with your response. Also, I hope that you're a meat eater, if you know what I mean. Get ready to be one with nature.
There you go, Larry Bird.
If you know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
Because he's grilling.
I know what I
He's
mean.
grilling
Exactly.
outside.
We're going to have a little grill in the park.
Yep.
Not my
moving
penis
on.
at all.
Moving on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Actually moving up to the tournament. So congratulations, Larry Bird. What an achievement. And thank you all for your Freak of the Week votes. All right, crap on celebrities here in just a moment. But what still is the hot console? What is the hot gaming console?
I would say PlayStation.
Yeah,
Is it the PS5?
I guess so.
I would say so.
I'm an Xbox.
Remember, there was a time, was it 2 Christmases ago? You couldn't get them.
Yeah.
I'm an Xbox guy myself.
I know you're an Xbox guy.
But I still hear people talk about it.
Yeah, I'm an Xbox guy, but I know that PlayStation has smoked the sales of Xbox.
Yeah, and the demand was so insane. I remember my son, God bless him, he played me. This boy knows his dad. And it was 2 Christmases ago.
It's the best.
And he wanted a PlayStation 5. And he goes, Dad, I bet you can't get me one. He goes, it's so hard to find. He goes, I bet you can't get one.
Emphasis on the bet.
You a-hole. You little jerk.
Such a play that you have to appreciate it.
I said, oh, yeah? Your dad could get you one.
Watch this. I'll get you 2.
You want a PlayStation 5, son? Even though you don't deserve it? I'll get you one. You watch. You don't think your old man has the juice to get you a PlayStation 5? Oh, you watch. You watch. I'll get you a PlayStation 5.
I'm just glad you didn't get scammed, because you remember all the scams that were going around when people were trying to find them?
Yeah.
Did you see that video of the guy opening a box he bought and somebody taped a PlayStation 2 and a 3 together?
Yeah. That equals 5. Doesn't work that way. But I got that boy a PlayStation 5. Oh, yes, I did. Who's impressed?
Me.
I am.
I'm impressed.
Thank you, guys.
Dude, incredible.
And he hasn't played it since.
Thank you, guys. No, he
kidding.
plays it all the time.
I know. I'm just kidding, man.
He plays it all the time. But Sony, and this I bring it up because Sony is giving the PlayStation 5 a countdown. Meaning, Sony's senior vice president expects sales of the gaming system to slow down significantly in the next year. And she says, looking ahead, PS5 will enter the latter stage of its life cycle. What does that mean? Maybe a PS6.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're already putting the brakes on. They're already going, the cycle, it's at the end.
Do they feel something coming on from Microsoft?
I don't know, but the gamers are starting to speculate about a potential PlayStation 6, but Sony didn't make any announcements about the development of the new console.
VR stuff, right?
But, yeah, this is the senior vice president of Sony. Said, looking ahead, PS5 will enter the latter stage of its life cycle. That seems pretty quick.
They just rolled out, or has it been
2 Christmases ago.
How'd they recoup their investments on that?
I'm not sure they would want to do VR. I don't think so. I think
Really?
I think they have such a great thing going on. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry with that type of platform, and I think that they own the space. And the people that are getting into the other spaces, it's Meta versus Apple, and neither of them are doing products to sell necessarily. A $3,500 price point for Apple. That's for a very particular type of client, and that's just a first phase of something. And something that hasn't even been proven to work necessarily. I don't see Sony.
Did you see
Zuckerberg
give his review of the Apple VR?
No.
It's interesting.
Well, they're competitors in that space.
It's interesting because everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is a billionaire sitting down on his couch in his living room with a cell phone and just going, here's what I think of it." It's an interesting watch.
What was it positive? 'Cause he's gonna. I mean, he's going to mid-range it.
He
probably.
gave it. It was an honest review. I'll just say it's worth a watch.
Well, because remember, he was spending $1 million a day or whatever the heck it was, trying to develop their thing and make it better, and it was just
it's worth
flushing.
watching. And this is again a tech geek billionaire owner of Facebook and Meta, whatever it is, giving his honest review of the Apple headset.
Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, it's worth a watch.
The headline says he claims Meta's Quest 3 is a better product.
Well, of course he's going to say that.
Right.
But I thought it was pretty clever, as the fact that he pointed a phone at himself and said, "All right, I'm going to give my nothing fancy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tweeting it out for people if they want to watch it.
They're the two big boys in that race right now, and I don't see Sony wanting to sacrifice anything to get into a race that they're not going to win.
Oh, somebody's saying PS5 Pro.
Which is what? Just like an Xbox.
Who knows?
X.
It's another excuse for dads to
buy another platform.
Platform for their kids, and their kid going, "I bet you can't get me this." You go, "Damn it, dude!"
What was the last one?
Again.
$600?
Yeah, I think I paid like $700.
You did?
Hey, listen,
Rizz.
He
bet me.
Yeah, I get it. Spend that money.
I hope you won some money for that. Dang.
Yeah, I won my son going, "All right,
You did it.
Dad's cool."
That is cool.
You did it,
Or my
dummy.
dad's such a sucker.
Watch this.
Watch this. All right, today is February 16th. Back in the day, 28 years ago, 1996, Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore hits theaters.
That's making its rounds again. My son,
Love it.
I guess it's on one of the streaming platforms, and my
Yep.
my son's like, "Let's watch Happy Gilmore."
Yep. 25 years ago, 1999, O.J. Simpson's 1968 Heisman Trophy sold for $230,000 to help settle a $33.5 million civil judgment against O.J. for the deaths of his ex-wife and her friend. 17 years ago, 2007, Britney Spears walks into Esther's haircutting studio with a couple bodyguards and asks to have her head shaved.
They declined, didn't they?
When the salon owner goes, "Nope, I don't want no part of this," Britney shaved her head herself.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the part where they were like, "Nope."
Yeah. And that's like dictionary control issue. It's a control.
Oh,
thing.
man. Do you remember that picture, that famous picture of her doing it?
I know.
And the look in her eyes. That's like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
That's, she ain't all there.
Right. She had a breakdown.
She had
Yep.
that was a mental breakdown. You could see it in her eyes.
And someone needing to control something in her own life.
And she shaved her head and then walked to a tattoo parlor. Walked into a tattoo parlor, which got 2 tats, a small pair of red and pink lips on her wrist, and a black, white, and pink cross on her lower hip.
I remember when it happened. Remember in Empire Records when, I can't remember the actress's name, when she walks in and she shaves her head in the bathroom because she's suicidal and she's having, she was having a breakdown as well. I immediately thought of that. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody needs to be watching over her because she obviously just had enough,
I don't think I've seen that. Do you think that inspired it?
I mean, that's
I
where
don't
my
know.
brain went.
I don't know, but remember there was a picture of her like with the umbrella,
Yeah.
like trying to hit a car.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it all in the same day?
All in the same like period, like
If you've
within
ever-
the same. Her head was shaved at that point.
If you've ever had a nervous breakdown, though, you saw that and you go, I recognize this. I understand. There was a part of me that was like, I haven't had a low day like that, obviously, but on my lowest day, I understand where she was momentarily.
Man.
And 6 years ago today in 2018, Black Panther, that hits theaters, and that's what happened back in the day. All right, it's time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouseco.com, 636-600-0188. Breaking news this morning, a GoFundMe page was set up for the family of the radio DJ from Kansas City who was killed at the parade the other day, Lisa Lopez Galvin. There was a GoFundMe set up for her children, and they had a goal of $75,000. And they reached that goal. Taylor Swift donated $50,000
Oh, that's nice.
to this GoFundMe, and now that GoFundMe has surpassed its goal. It's sitting at $180,000 right now.
Well, so she was caught in a crossfire, and they keep saying now they released one of the guys that was arrested.
Really?
Really?
Do you remember the picture of it? Was a guy in a red tracksuit?
Yeah, all red.
Yeah, all red.
They released him. It was pretty much the 2 juveniles that were shooting at each other. It was a personal
Wow.
dispute.
Awful.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, man.
Rod Stewart has sold his music catalog for $100 million to Irving Azoff's iconic artists group. The legend told the Wall Street Journal that he and Irving have been a couple of old timers. He believes that they have a mutual respect and admiration for each other. And so my life's work is in safe hands
Who
with
is this?
Irving Azoff.
Rod
This is Rod Stewart. And so Beach Boys share, Linda Ronstadt, just a few artists who have sold to Irving Azoff's
All right,
iconic artist group.
what are Rod Stewart's best songs?
Do you think I'm sexy?
Yeah, that's a great song.
It's crazy. That's Disco Rod.
What are Rod Stewart's biggest songs?
And I guess it would just be his solo
Stay
catalog.
With Me. Remember Hot Legs?
Wait, Stay With Me Faces song, though? Because I wonder if that... I mean, I
maybe
guess-
that's a Faces song.
But I bet that's part of this deal, right? Because he did write for Faces.
And did he write all of his stuff?
I think he did.
Really?
Remember the song Young Turks?
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Yeah, man.
Forever Young.
Forever Young.
Forever.
Is that the song that you were crying
That
to in
song
your
I
Jeep?
cried to a couple weeks ago.
Man, 100 million.
100 million. What do you think? Is that a good number for a catalog of songs?
You think that's cheap?
No, I think that might be high. I think Rod's got the deal
Oh,
here.
Maggie May.
Maggie May. Oh,
Dude, he's got some songs.
I'm just trying to think of the use, like how when obviously Azoff's not trying to live to 200 and make his money back necessarily. It's a part of an investment to have in his giant portfolio. But man, 100 million. That's I feel like Rod.
worth more than that?
No, I don't think.
You don't think he's worth that at all?
I'm not sure. I have not thought about Rod Stewart's catalog.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
I know. Right?
You're in my heart.
You're in my soul. Gosh.
Well, expect in the next couple of years to see some of this stuff sprinkled into some commercials and different things.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Nickelback's official documentary, Hate to Love, which takes a look at their 30-year career, will hit theaters on March 27th and March 30th. Covers the band's beginnings in Canada and their rise and all the hate that they get from the rock community to the people that love them and their loyal fan base. Tickets go on sale February 22nd. I actually would watch this, nickelbackfilm.com. I'd go to theaters to watch this because I'm so interested in their perspective of the career because they They're a good band, but they are so hated, and that's been the joke. And no other band has really been like this, right? In rock, I mean, is there another band?
I guess
Creed it was at the same time, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Nickelback's superpower was their self-awareness. They were able to just roll with it instead of all these guys getting their panties up in a bunch and being like, "Oh, they're making fun of us."
That's what I mean.
So
I watched some video on why Nickelback was so hated, and there was a time when that "How You Remind Me" song was out that there was not a second that song was not played in America.
So it was oversaturated?
No way.
It was for 1 year.
Congrats, guys.
There was not a second that song was not being played somewhere.
Good for them. That's
not
cool.
even their most annoying song, Photograph. Or no, what's the one with Kid Rock? Oh, gosh.
My name is Nickelback.
Rockstar, right? They had, isn't that Nickelback? Rockstar?
Yeah, but that's not what Kid Rock.
I thought it was in the
just
music
No, it's
video.
just Rockstar.
Oh. Well, that song and Photograph were my two least loved Nickelback
Yeah,
songs.
but the photograph thing was so memeable, like with the "look at this giraffe" and
Right.
look at this graph.
Yeah, it was an
the greatest.
oversaturation thing, and it was cool to hate them.
But the banger, dude, Burn It to the Ground is a heavy-ass song.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan, too. Darius Rucker is reflecting on his career in a new memoir called Life's Too Short. It's with the imprint that did Dave Grohl's book, so that's kind of cool. Darius Rucker says, "This book is the story of my life as told through 23 songs and took me away, soaring, starting at the ground level, living in a poor but happy home, never wanting for much more, enjoying what I had, even when times got tough because I had my escape, my refuge, my music. Life's Too Short arrives to bookshelves on May 28th. Paul McCartney lost a very iconic bass guitar in 1972. Is it a Hofner bass? Yeah. And so this grassroots campaign called the Lost Bass Project started a few years ago to track down this iconic bass because many of the Beatles classics were played and recorded on this bass guitar. And so after 50 years, these people found Paul McCartney's bass
Get out.
and
How
returned
the
it to
heck?
him.
How did they know?
Well, members were able to track down the original thief, who then led them to the person that he sold the bass to. And there they traced its journey for the last 50 years until it was finally located in the attic of a home on the south coast of England. The homeowner didn't even know the history of the bass, and within days it was back in Paul's possession.
Wow.
Holy smoke.
So how neat is that? In other news, it's hard to believe that Jennifer Lopez would be insecure in her relationships, but she is. She's normal like everybody else. She told the Today Show that she does get jealous if somebody is hitting on her man, Ben Affleck. She said, quote, "Don't play with me. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I will let them know in a very elegant and ladylike way to step all the way off." She also has tonight, her documentary, This Is Me Now, hits Amazon. I have a little bit of audio from yesterday's Today interview of J-Lo describing why she made this documentary.
Right.
A creative way of kind of depicting a journey that happened of what it's like to be a hopeless romantic, I think, and that journey through life in search of love. It's something I think that when you're born that way, you know what I mean? You believe, or you're taught to believe in fairy tales. I think it's a combination because everybody heard fairy tales when they were growing up, but some of us take it so to heart. And I was definitely one of those people.
So she talks about new music and her life and her love, and This Is Me Now on Amazon tonight.
Hey, can you imagine if everything was just totally honest and Paul McCartney gets back that bass? He says, "Oh, so thank you for the bass," and he plays it. It's all cleaned up and set up. And he's like, "This thing sucks.
Yeah, Mom.
I don't want it.
I forgot this sucks. Here." all that work to
All
do
that
it.
work for nothing.
Like,
for the
cool,
last 50
thanks.
years.
Here, put this back in an attic.
Morgan Wallen is opening up his own bar in Nashville this summer. Not open while you're going to be there this weekend. It's 6 stories tall, spans 30,000 square feet, and it will be called just simply This Bar after his song from the same name a few years ago. Who could be the next Rambo? Sylvester Stallone thinks it's Ryan Gosling. I didn't want to know.
I was gonna maybe make a guess, but
He's telling us.
Ryan
Gosling.
Well, now all I can see is Ken with a bandana on.
Right. Well, he would still need the spray tan and the pecs, right?
Who could be a Rambo?
I mean, Momoa.
Hey, man, give me a few weeks.
What about John Krasinski?
You know,
Rambo was
I seen him.
ripped.
I seen him in that
Idris
CIA
Elba.
thing.
Jack Reacher?
No, Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
How about Gabriel Bassel? That'd be awesome.
Who?
Who the heck is
How
that?
about Pedro
man?
Pascal?
No, he's in everything.
Listen,
around.
Look up
he's
Gabriel.
busy.
You need somebody.
Basso. This
Jack-
dude is shredded.
What's his name? Gabriel?
Basso. Yeah, he's the star of The Night Agent on Netflix.
You need somebody who's like
Stacked to the max.
just juiced out.
This kid?
Well, it's a
What?
picture from like 15,
When he's
16 years
15
ago.
Skinny dude.
Type in Night Agent and look at him on that. He's not a kid anymore. He's an adult.
This guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone thinks Ryan Gosling could do it because he's a big Rambo fan. He just kept saying that he had a lot of affiliation with Rambo. And then Sylvester Stallone said, I thought, this is interesting. If I ever pass the baton, I'll pass it on to him because he loves the character so much.
Now, I can't see Momoa doing it because he's like a peaceful guy. Momoa.
Yeah, but you don't want a guy like that. You don't want a giant guy. So Stallone was not giant when he did Rambo.
Yes, he was.
No, you're thinking of Rambo too.
Oh, the original Rambo, he was like almost
He was a guy who was trying to get away.
So but now it's
Charlie
cartoony.
Sheen looking.
Now it's cartoony.
But you don't. But if they brought it back, don't you think they'd want to do it in some like dark artsy drama way where they're talking about the inside, and not the guy is like,
Coming out of the water with
Yeah.
the
takes out.
machine.
Yeah,
John Cena.
you know.
John Cena could
John
do it.
John
Cena.
Cena, get out now!
I like John
You're
Cena.
turning it back into a comic book.
no,
I love
John
John
Cena
Cena,
would
but
be a
these-
good. Thank you.
Kind of disappointing and new in theaters this weekend. Madam Web, which is getting terrible reviews, right? You were talking about this, Rizz, that Rotten Tomatoes
yeah.
had like 15% or something awful.
Yeah. So it got Madam Web 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Terrible. That's Dakota Johnson playing Cassie Webb, a paramedic who becomes a superhero after developing psychic abilities that let her see the future.
I just found a list that I actually agree with. I just typed in who would be a good Rambo.
Okay.
And a Screen Rant list of 15 of the top 15 actors who would play the best Rambo in a reboot. Number 1, Jake Gyllenhaal, and I think they're right.
Okay.
Dude's an Oscar-nominated
Ooh, that's a good
actor.
pick.
He can get shredded. He just did for that
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. He kind of looks Rambo-y if you squint a little bit. You know what I mean? It also says Jack O'Connell. I don't know who
I
that
don't know
is.
who that is.
Armie Hammer and Tom Hardy.
nah.
Not Army. Oh,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Show me
Yeah,
Tom
Tom Hardy would
Are
work.
you going to talk about, does Dune 2 hit theaters this weekend?
It wasn't listed.
Okay. So they've already had sneak preview for that?
Yeah.
So Dune 2, they're calling a jaw-dropping masterpiece.
What?
And they're saying it is
I'm excited.
Zendaya's
I
in
love this nerdy crap.
one of the greatest
Zendaya.
sci-fi movies ever.
Wow.
Okay.
It is the new Dune.
Well, it's not out this weekend.
Maybe next
Did
weekend.
you see the last one?
No, I got to watch
oh,
it.
I
it's
thought it was great.
beautiful.
It was a great
Yeah.
setup. They skipped a couple things that I wanted to see from the book and the original, but like they made it curious enough to go. I can't wait to
So
see
Dune
what's
2
next.
reactions, critics call it one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever and a jaw-dropping masterpiece.
Well, we're talking about next
excited.
week because this week is just terrible. So Madam Web, not good. Bob Marley, One Love, that's getting terrible reviews
Oh, yeah.
as well. It's a movie about the life of the legend, Bob Marley.
That's better than Madam Web. This has got 44%.
Okay. Well, people I know that have seen it said it was terrible.
Lisa Frankenstein, 50%.
Hey, Carl Urban for Rambo. Carl Urban.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Boys.
Keith's brother?
Look no further.
In other news, Kim Kardashian has allegedly spoke out against the way Kanye West's new wife, Bianca Censori, dresses, which is virtually naked out in public. She says she doesn't want her children to be around that. And a source said Kim instructed Kanye to never let Bianca dress like that around her children. In walks, here's Northwest, Kanye and Kim's eldest child. She's 10 years old. She actually drew a picture of the cover of Kanye's new Vultures 1, the new album. And the woman is scantily clad. It's her stepmom. So 10-year-old Northie's drawing her stepmom in this, journal. She actually, Kanye actually used his daughter's drawing to be the creative
As the-
inspiration as the cover.
Cover.
And so it originally went on TikTok. They took it down. I looked at it. I mean, it's just a little kid drawing, but it's like
Oh, she's out naked all the time.
she's out naked all the time. And I understand that Kim would have a problem with the new stepmom being naked around her kids in the house
it's
all the
weird.
time. It is super
It's
weird.
very odd.
Also, something so Kanye got those $850,000 titanium teeth plastered on, and everybody's wondering what the hell's going on because have you seen his top lip? It looks like he has a teardrop. It's
looks
this
like a
weird
ball.
bubble.
It looks like a ball.
He's transforming into Alf.
He looks like he has a gigantic herpes on his top lip in the shape of a teardrop, and it's some sort of possible infection that's protruding. Really strange stuff. So we'll have that on the blog.
you
for
got to
you.
get that removed.
Hot One star Sean Evans, who we were talking about yesterday, and his porn star girlfriend Melissa Stratton. I was all about it yesterday, saying that he had a glow up. He's looking great. They were at the Super Bowl together. Come to find out, overnight, Sean Evans breaks up with Melissa Stratton because He didn't like all the media attention that they were getting on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because that was everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
And so Sean Evans broke up with Melissa Stratton because he didn't want the attention.
Right, on Valentine's Day.
Should get over it.
And finally, The Hollywood Reporter has chosen the top 50 best TV shows of the 21st century. And like I said before the break, Lost, not on the list. Breaking Bad was number 16, and Sex and the City was number 50.
So 21st century, so 2000 and beyond. 2000 to present.
Right.
Sopranos number 1, lock it in.
Nope, that's number 2. Number 2.
Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul number 7.
So Better Call Saul is above Breaking Bad?
Yep.
Do you think it's better than Breaking Bad?
I don't know. I need to go back and watch Breaking Bad. They're different. They're very different. I'm going to say they're equal. Cop out.
Another show that you absolutely love and talk about nonstop is on this
Game
list.
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, not top 10. It is on the list.
What the hell's number 1?
This is another HBO
True
show.
Detective?
No. This is another show you talk about all the damn time.
I like my television shows.
HBO show.
HBO, new or old?
Old.
The Wire
The
is
Wire.
the number 1.
The Wire's number 5.
That's dumb.
What the hell's number 1?
Burn this.
Number
Burn this
1,
list.
I can't give you the channel yet because you'll get it from that.
Hey,
Walking Dead.
No.
The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead,
I'm just throwing
not top
is
10.
it on
You're
the- I'm
right.
just throwing things on the
There's no
list.
bad guesses when
I'm
The
just
Wire
throwing-
is number 5.
I'm just throwing stuff out for the list.
I'm going to say this. Number 10 is BoJack Horseman from Netflix.
Okay.
Number 9 is Freaks and Geeks from NBC.
Okay.
Number 8 is another HBO show, which is interesting because Sex and the City was number 50, and this show is number 8.
The new one?
Girls.
Oh,
which people
Girls.
would, they're different, but people would relate girls
That's
to a
Lena
new
Dunham.
age Sex in the City. Number 6 you need, it's an FX Hulu show, Reservation Dogs.
Okay.
Was number 6. NBC show for number 4,
30 Rock.
30 Rock. Another HBO show for number 3, Just Wrapped.
Just Wrapped.
Curb?
No, that's ongoing.
For
Yeah,
what? For
this last
ABC?
season. Oh, Succession.
Succession is number 3.
Oh.
And number 1.
What the hell?
Succession beat
so
The
you're-
Wire? That's absurd.
Your top 5 were The Wire, 30 Rock, Succession, The Sopranos.
Billions.
Number 1 show that you're missing, AMC.
Oh, Mad Men?
Oh, Mad Men.
Mad Men is number 1 show of the last 24.
Did you
of
ever
the 21st century.
finish Mad Men?
No, I'm
Dude,
like 3 seasons in.
It is worth it.
I know it's a good show. It's one of those things. Life gets in the way.
I'll dare say that it's a masterpiece. Mad Men is a masterpiece, but The Wire is just truly the greatest television ever made.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Ava Max, that's the Sweet But Psycho singer. The Weeknd is, Ava Max is 30. The Weeknd is 34. Elizabeth Olsen, and some say my wife looks like her. She is 35. Mahershala Ali.
Oh.
This is the dude from Moonlight, Green Book.
Green Book.
He's going to be
That's a
playing.
good movie.
He's going to be playing Blade in the upcoming
He's
MCU
great.
remake. This guy is freaking incredible. I don't know how many Oscars he has, but he deserves a bunch of them. He's 50. Jerome Bettis is 52. The Bus. Christopher Eccleston. He's from Thor, The Dark World, and the G.I. Joe movie, and from The Leftovers on HBO. He's 60. Andy Taylor, the Duran Duran guitar player, is 63. John McEnroe is 65. Ice-T is 66. LeVar Burton is 64. And William Kett, the
Greatest American Hero.
That's right. He's 73 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Tabitha Stevens. And I should say this weekend, Yoko Ono turns 91.
Wow.
Dang.
Yoko Ono, 91.
Is that part of the porno birthday?
Congratulations.
No, we're talking about Tabitha Stevens today. Today's birthday girl's been in 389 fine films, including The All-You-Can-Eat Buffet, Booby Call, The Daily Grind, Down in the Bush 2, Frankenpenis, and a movie called I've Got Milk, not Rockstar, but Rackstar, Soap Opera Sluts, Vanilla MILF Shakes 2, and Who Could Fit a Roll, and 1999's Milking It for All It's Worth.
Nice.
God.
Oh, goodness.
Tabitha Stevens is 54 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
You know, I thought about something. This is where my mind goes when I'm trying to fall asleep and think about nothing but something at the same time. And I thought, man, living a life, there's no wonder we use 100 for everything. 100 is the desired lifespan, right? Like, you're shooting for 100. But the 100 is 100%. That's a perfect life.
Right.
You get to your 90s, that's like an A. You get to the 80s, that's like a B. 70s is a C. You see where I'm going with this? Like it's all coming together. Like it's all the world makes sense.
An age grade scale.
I was just thinking, yeah, like it's like a grade scale. I'm shooting for
I hope we all live
perfect.
to.
Hoping for
I
an
hope
A.
we all live to A+.
Me too.
And what's the average? It's a C.
Yeah.
Which is average.
That's what I'm saying.
Average.
It all
We got guests in the hallway. We got to take a break.
This is what I think about when I'm like, why am I not asleep
Well,
yet?
I'm glad Tabitha Stevens and the porno birthday could trigger that for you.
Yeah.
Or Yoko Ono turning 91.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A. She just scored an A.
All right, we'll talk to Chief Entertainment Officer for St. Louis City SCR soccer team, Matt Seebeck, next. It is 7:59, Friday, traffic and weather. It's the Rizz Show, presented by the Fast Lane. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. Right-hand shoulder, blocked due to a stalled vehicle, 270 westbound, just after Dunn Road. Your point forecast, a spotty mix of sleet, snow, and rain. High of 35. Right now it is 35 at the Point Studio.
It's the Rizz Show, presented by the Fast Lane. And joining us, our good buddy, Chief Entertainment Officer for St. Louis City SC, our soccer team, Mr. Matt Seebeck.
Hello.
Dude, great to see you.
Great to see you all.
Hey,
I love coming in.
Things are happening this
Big things.
These next couple weeks here for you guys.
It's going to be a great day, a great weekend, and a great month, really. Like, there's a lot going on. People like, around town, like, it feels like, MLS season's long.
It is.
And feels like we just stopped playing. So it's a little bit of a break. It's good to be back at it. So
yeah. So how long was your break? 2 months?
Yeah, well, 2 months since November. So it was good to spend
3 months.
Spend some time with the family over
That's
holidays. Right. But now we're back at it. So
now you're back at it. So let's talk about the schedule right now. So you have a CONCACAF game on Tuesday. And then the regular season opens Saturday.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like, I think a lot of people were introduced to soccer last year through our first season. And this CONCACAF Cup on Tuesday is actually, I think, a bigger deal than people realize.
Oh,
this
is so big.
I don't know anything about it.
So
I know it's another tournament.
It's another tournament, but it's only 27 teams make it in. It's the best teams in North America, and you have to earn your way into that. So by finishing first in the Western Conference last year, we earn a bid into this tournament. So there's only 27 teams, really on this side of the hemisphere, and to make it in our first year is a really, really big deal. It just so happens our first game is before our Major League Soccer opener next Saturday. So people are a little confused about it. We're getting some education out, but it'll be a fun night at City Park. It's supposed to be pretty good weather. So,
okay, well, pay no attention to what's happening outside.
It's kind of crazy right now, but good weather next week.
Well, they call it, there's a couple different seasons here in St. Louis, not winter, spring, summer, fall. We have something called Full Spring, where they lull us into, oh, man, it's going to be 65 degrees out. All right, this is it. Spring is here. And then they hit you.
Yeah.
They hit you with reality.
That's right.
Where it's going to be 2 to 3 inches of snow today.
That's right.
So, but Tuesday against Houston.
Play Houston,
at City Park, and then regular season opens against Salt Lake City. So let's talk about what's going on at City Park.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so many things, and I think the mentality in the offseason was. Because season one was great. It was historic in many ways. On the field, off the field, we broke records in merchandise sales and ticket deposits, and it was, I think, easy for us to kind of rest in the laurels of that. And I think culturally, from our ownership down, we have this mentality that it needed to feel like season 2 of Netflix, where season 1 was great. But season 2, like, we've got new characters, new plot lines, new storylines.
Let's keep our foot on the throttle. Keep going.
That's right. So last week we introduced new restaurant partners at City Park. People have loved the 100% local food.
Yes, I was kind of teasing that before. Like, so there's going to be new restaurant partners, still 100% local.
Totally. Yeah. No, I mean we're adding more. People said we want more local favorites. We want more diversity in food. So we added 7 this year. Sunday Best, which has the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. That's not hyperbole for the airwaves. We added Olive and Oak. Great restaurant at Webster Groves.
Soul Taco,
Donut Drive-In, Saucy Porca, Medina. So we're not setting back. We're going full throttle.
No, and I love the way you guys did it last year with the food, because it wasn't, you didn't get everything. You got kind of a limited, like, we do this, like when I went to one of the games and I went to Balkan Treat Box. And they have, just a couple different things. That's why you're in and out.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's easy. And the fact that in the postseason survey you guys did, more than half of the fans said they went to the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
After sampling them at City Park.
And that's fun, and that is one of our favorite statistics I think we've gathered over the last year, because this is all about, how do we uplift the region? How do we use the language of soccer as the international sport to make sure that others can leverage the platform, and the restaurant way is just a good way for people to get involved in the stadium, but also on non-game day out in the neighborhood. So that's really fun.
And also ordering on the mobile app was a huge thing.
Yeah.
For you guys last year, and you're obviously going to continue that on.
Hell yeah.
What was it? 20% of all the food sales went through the mobile app.
No kidding, that's awesome.
Which is bonkers,
and you can just go and pick it up.
Yeah, it increased throughout the year, because I think fans at halftime would be standing in line and they'd see someone like you walk up, just pick a bag off the shelf and get back to your seats. So it really started to pick up. So 20% of sales is a lot. In most stadiums, it's less than 1%. People just don't think that way.
Yeah.
So our ability to start that way and condition that behavior in our fans was massive.
Yeah, the couple times I went to games last year, I had a blast.
Yeah.
The one game I went to, actually went to with mutual friends.
Yeah.
It poured. It was a giant rainstorm just as we were walking in, and it was cool to see all those restaurants around just packed out, and people it was almost a food festival at that point. And then hey, let's dry our seats off and go watch a soccer match, but just go around and see all those from Steve's Hot Dogs to Balkan to to even the what's the gas station?
Wally's.
Wally's, little market was packed out. It was cool to see.
I love Wally's. They're great. They are great.
It was cool to see, and bigger and better things for this season.
Yeah, no, we are not taking our foot off the gas. We're really excited about it. The team on the field, they're ready to go. They look good. Off the field, always looking at new music, new entertainment, new food, new pregame stuff. So it's season 2, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and still the supporter section, same place. Still going to have the supporters on the one side.
Fantastic. They're growing like crazy, because now people are seeing this supporter culture, and they want to get involved. So they've added musicians and younger kids that want to get involved. So it's really fun to see.
Even the pregame stuff out on the streets. Is awesome.
It's great.
Yeah,
the experience matters, man. And I'm a St. Louisan through and through, so I like having things here that we're proud of, as we do. But as you mentioned, and we talked about this yesterday, we're old-fashioned here in St. Louis. We're slow to change. So the fact that you've introduced and conditioned, like you said, people to be all about the tech and all that, and make that a big part, guys. We got every game I went to. There was soccer is a sport where traveling fans, away fans come to different places. And when people come here to St. Louis and they get an experience that blows away their home stadium experience, that is just so freaking sweet for St. Louis. It's such a cool, just staple thing. And now we're in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. It's an international thing. We're going to have international traveling fans in City Park seeing how St. Louis does it. And I'm so stoked.
I wish I got bottled up that first time I went, because we had worked at Union Station for how many years? when
10 years.
A long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
And to see that stadium where we once worked, and the first time I went, so we parked down at Union Station, walked over, and I went, whoa.
Yeah.
That, honestly, my first,
like a new city.
Whoa. This wasn't here a couple years ago. When I came down here every day and got off that exit where the stadium is now. Yeah. And now that's there, this awesome, thing we got downtown now. I wish I could bottle that up and feel that.
Yeah. No, we get that a lot, and I think seeing the architecture and how it's changed the skyline and the food and the music and all this stuff. The people will say it doesn't feel like St. Louis inside there, and our reaction is, but it is. We have this right here,
this now,
and we can be proud about it. So I love that civic pride, or kind of look at it like it's a tourism project to show others what we're about.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so you have a rally coming up.
We do. Big day today. We have a rally tomorrow down at the Armory. So this is free to join. Very family friendly. It's midday from 1 to 3. The players will be there. Coach Carnell will be there. We'll have things for kids to do. Plenty of games and photo opportunities, autograph sessions. So we're trying to bring the City Park Festival experience into the Armory. I
was at the Armory last Friday. It's cool. It's a cool.
It's awesome.
Cool
it's
space.
An awesome space.
Huge.
Big screen, big space, lots of room.
Nice stage.
Yeah, so it's that'll be fun. That's tomorrow. But today we're launching our new away kit. This is our away jersey.
Okay, yes. If you don't know, if you're not a soccer nerd, an away kit is an away jersey.
That's right.
It's like, this is what
Kit.
the team will wear. They call it a kit. I don't know why.
I like it.
Think of kit is the full outfit. It's the shorts, it's the socks, it's the jersey. So today we're launching a new jersey. So as you know, that red has really stood out. It looks great on broadcast. You see it around town. We're keeping the home jersey,
Dude.
but the new away jersey is right here.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
We love it. It's crisp. It's clean. You see that wave pattern that she's holding up there is built off of the confluence of the rivers, which is represented on our St. Louis flag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the joining of the Missouri and Mississippi. So this little wave pattern here is an analogy of that. But what's really cool, and I'll show you mine right here underneath, is if you hold that up.
Yeah.
Every jersey, that wave pattern on the front is different on every single jersey.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
It becomes a bit like a fingerprint where every fan has put their fingerprint on the club. So.
Oh, yeah, cool. So it does. So even if you look at your finger, like look at your thumbprint, it looks like the lines in your thumbprint.
That's super cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So we really like that. Everyone over the last year and moving forward has really
no
put the
two
fingerprint on
jerseys
the
are
cup.
alike?
No.
Cool.
It's cool.
That is really
It's
cool.
cool.
Well, I'm
That's
sure
amazing.
the guy who made those really excited about that.
The patterns that had to be made, for sure.
Yeah, really. Yeah, the guy who printed those are really excited about.
boy.
Oh, yeah, everyone's going to be different. Oh, really? Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. So that launches today. People can get it at the City Pavilion downtown, and then tomorrow at the Fan Fest at the Armory.
I love this stuff, man. So much, and we were talking yesterday, so much goes into this. You've been designing this one for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Holy smoke.
And
Yeah.
I love this, man. As a soccer nerd, as you said.
Yeah.
Every year, this is one of
And
my
I say
favorite.
that with love, guys.
It's one of my favorite preseason things. Anytime, like the preseason starts up, I'm like, oh, when are they releasing kits? Like,
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, this guy's got a kit boner right now.
Dude, I have a closet
Maybe.
filled with different jerseys just because I'm like, oh, I can't do without that one. That one totally trumps the last year's. I got to get this one.
Yep. Yep.
I love that.
And you've got, it's the City Red. It's the Purina.
Purina on the front, BJC on the side,
BJC
our
on the
two
side.
sponsors. Yeah, two local sponsors.
Two local sponsors.
It's great, man. And the jersey is a fun fact. So the analogy of it's the wave patterns from the two rivers here that make up St. Louis, but the jersey itself is made out of 100% recycled plastics, which is super fun, high quality, but is a nod to some of the sustainability things we're doing at the stadium.
Oh, Lern's got a sustainability boner.
I do. My sustainability boner is through the roof right now, which is excellent. I love that.
That's awesome.
that
Yeah.
you guys are taking a conscious effort over there. To
Zero
make that part
plastic,
of-
zero waste. Yeah, it's really it's but another one of those things that do it from the start, and it's a lot easier. So
Yeah.
It's got the city flag down there on the corner too, on the bottom. I just love
all
that.
red.
All right, so you could see the players wearing the jerseys tomorrow at the Armory. It's the big 2024 season kickoff event.
Yep.
And it's family friendly,
Free.
1 to 3 o'clock, and free.
Yeah.
And
God's
free.
sakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go down there, support the team.
Indoors too.
Indoors.
Oh, nice. No
Free from the
excuse.
elements. Yep.
That's right. At the Armory, again, 1 to 3 o'clock. It's the 2024 season kickoff event. Congratulations and everything. We're all going to be at the stadium at some point this year.
Totally.
Can't wait.
The entire city's going to be there. So,
Yep. Let us know.
congratulations.
Appreciate the support. Big week.
Yeah, man.
Huge
Thank you.
week.
Well,
Thank you all.
well done on impressing everyone across the country last year.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're going to do it again.
Yeah. And you're welcome here anytime. That's Matt Seebeck, Chief Entertainment Officer for St. Louis City SC. We got to take a break. All right, it's 8:21. Your Friday fail stories are next. Rizz Show presented by the Fast Lane. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in those NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things clear. Your point forecast, a spotty mix of sleet, snow, and rain. High of 35. Right now it's 35 at the Point Studio.
All right, folks, time for your Friday fail story. So all these people thought they had the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, oh boy, that plan went sideways, and they became an Uber, an Ultra.
Yeah.
Dare I say it?
Don't you
I'm going to
dare.
say it. Mega. Here we go.
Failed.
All right.
You sounded great.
I felt great.
Yeah.
Thank you. And your Friday Fail Stories are sponsored by...
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, so we'll start with this story. 33-year-old Leif Heyman. He's an idiot. I'll start by saying that. So this idiot from Las Cruces, New Mexico, looking at 10 years in prison for trying to get his girlfriend's mom killed. Trying to kill off his girlfriend's mom. So Leif tried to hire a hitman to kill the woman. Where did he go?
Oh, that website. The one. Are you?
HireAHitman.com?
Rentahitman.com.
Oh, my God.
Rentahitman.com.
I'm so glad this site exists.
And we've talked about this website before.
Oh, God bless them, man.
It's a parody website. So Leif tried to hire the hitman back in 2022 and submitted 3 service requests from the site. As in the past, the owner of rentahitman.com immediately forwards all requests to police. Now, the guy who created this website, he originally bought the domain for the purposes of his website traffic analysis service. Like, hitman is a play on the word hit, meaning clicks on the website.
Oh. What? Oh, no. That's not a cool origin story. It's wild.
But that's why he bought the domain.
Yeah.
Rent it. Like, I will get you the hits. I'm the hitman.
I'm the hitman.
I'm the hitman.
You know what they call me on the internet?
The hitman. That's why you hire me.
Whoa. Maybe I shouldn't be called that.
So Bob Innes is the guy who created the website. He thinks he saved around 150 lives as a result of people genuinely going to the site looking for a real hitman.
How wonderful.
Crazy, dude.
So Leif has pleaded guilty to 1 count of interstate commerce facilities and the commission of murder for hire.
Failed.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know you guys know this. I know somebody that did that, and they hired some dude at the gym or something like that, and it was a cop. And it's just like, how do you get to a point? I knew this guy. How do you get to a point where you think that is okay?
I can't get my hands dirty.
And then I don't know, man. I believe in second
But to
chances.
go to rentahitman.com, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. But I believe in second chances and rehabilitation and all that kind of stuff. But he's out, and it just makes me. I feel so weird and conflicted.
No, because there's certain lines that when you cross, they ain't coming back.
But this one is a line that you can come back from. He's out. He's working. He's fine.
He got his mind right.
I understand,
Nobody died,
that's like
but he wanted somebody to die.
Attempted murder, but
Dude,
it's not
weird.
attempted murder.
Yeah, because it was thank God it was a cop.
24-year-old guy from Pinellas
Crazy.
County, Florida, spent one Tuesday afternoon a couple weeks ago riding his electric bike around St. Petersburg like an a-hole.
Aw.
And you know those e-bikes, almost like a dirt bike. And those things cook.
They're fun.
He was popping wheelies. He was running through red lights. He was driving into oncoming traffic. And that's when police tried to get him off the road. A couple times he would stop in front of a police car, taunt them, curse at them, and then take off again. So this guy was asking about it. And he did this all, by the way, with a camera mounted onto the helmet he was wearing.
Smart.
What did he do with the footage of himself running from the cops?
Well, I'm sure he hid it on his computer.
Put it on YouTube.
Oh.
He titled the video, Cops Tried to Take Down Suron. And that's what ultimately allowed the police to identify John Gomez, who was taken into custody last Thursday, been charged with fleeing or eluding police, racing on a highway, failure to have a motorcycle endorsement on a driver's license, and threatening a law enforcement officer.
Failed.
Could have gotten away with it.
Idiots.
That's so good.
Every now and then, stupidity can actually lead to genius. Kind of. 25-year-old guy in Tennessee, Mark Cohort, busted last week for joeing in public. Get this, he was enjoying himself at the Vanderbilt University Divinity Library.
It's a nice library.
That's a good library, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Super,
You should see the lamps.
Super turned on, this guy.
Oh, man.
Had to punish himself. Somebody saw him watching porn, called the cops. When they arrived, Mark was caught in the act. He wasn't even being covert about it. An officer tried to pull his hands away to cuff him, which, God, I hope the officer was wearing gloves. Like he was in the middle of it, and it was, come on.
Yeah.
Mark was able to slip away because he had lube on his hands.
No, dude.
Nice.
He was caught red-handed, but was able to escape because his hands were also well lubricated. I mean,
What in the world?
they finally arrested him, and he admitted, he's caught doing it. He was also probably high on something. Officers found an M&M's tube near his computer, which had a glass pipe and tobacco inside. Mark charged with public indecency, resisting arrest, and trespassing. Slippery little fella, huh?
Yeah.
Now, we've seen people get back together again, even after a divorce, but I don't think you're bouncing back from this one. Guy in central Pennsylvania is facing charges after he stole his father-in-law's life savings and then went on a spending spree. Son-in-law, 29-year-old Andrew Brooker from Altoona, which is about halfway between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg. So last February, he called the cops to report a break-in, claimed somebody stole his father-in-law's safe with $2 million inside. Oh, yeah. Cops immediately suspicious. So kept an eye on him. Noticed he started making some big purchases right after the theft.
Well, here's an IOU. I mean, that's pretty
Even though
good.
Andrew, good old Andy, was unemployed, he managed to buy a new ATV and a brand new Harley.
What?
Huh.
Hey, check out my Dodge Challenger Demon. I got it right here. Somebody done robbed Uncle Tommy.
This guy. He'd go and buy stuff for, let's say, like $30, pay with a $100 bill, and go keep the change.
Yeah.
This guy.
No, are you
Hard
serious?
earned, man.
This
You being
guy,
serious?
yeah.
That's not a
Hey.
joke?
No. No.
This is the Dumb and Dumber situation right here.
Thanks, Barn.
Keep
There
the
you
change.
go.
He'd always pay in cash, and that, of course, turned out to be his undoing.
Dude, it is the Dumb and Dumber thing. When Lloyd's walking around, just hundreds to everybody, and then he's got the briefcase full of IOUs.
So the father-in-law,
Which is good if
the
they're good
father-in-law
for
had
it.
been saving up for decades, and most of the money was in older style bills. Employees at stores confirmed he used old bills that smelled old and musty. Turns out Andrew and his wife were in the middle of a divorce when all this went down, and he used a bunch of the money to, quote, take care of his new girlfriend.
Hey, doesn't all money kind of smell old and musty, though? I mean, unless
new
it's...
bills smell like new bills.
Yeah, but everything else. It's either new or it's dying. And it's, you feel like it's been around the country a time or two.
Well, so Andrew finally arrested, theft and a bunch of other charges. His new girlfriend also arrested because it turns out she knew where the money came from. Thankfully, it sounds like police were able to recover most of the money. But in under a year, so the father-in-law saved up $2 million. In under a year, he blew through at least $140,000
Saved up $2 million in cash.
cash.
Failed.
It's an
I
interesting.
don't know.
Yeah, that's.
No, I don't.
Is he?
I mean,
There's a lot more going on. But also, I thought we learned you're not supposed to just bury the money in the yard.
he had it in a safe.
Doesn't have a good return.
Man, having $2 million in one place is kind of...
Yeah, my $2 million are spread out everywhere.
Yeah, that's smart.
I don't have it in
That's
one
smart.
place. Yeah.
That's smart. Hundreds of years ago, Methodists were named for what?
Method.
Method.
The methodical way in which they carried out their Christian faith. It has nothing to do with methamphetamines.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Nothing, right?
I apologize.
A 63-year-old Methodist pastor in Connecticut named Reverend Herbert Miller, old Herb Miller, was arrested last Friday after police found meth in his car while he was driving. He also had a suspended registration. Now, according to the state police, members of the community alerted them of a, quote, suspicious incident involving Reverend Miller. It's unclear what that was, but that's how the cops zeroed in on him.
It's Miller time.
The Reverend had meth in both rock and liquefied forms. There was also a needle prepared for injection. He was the pastor at the Woodbury United Methodist Church, but they've removed him from the website. The church has not commented.
Failed.
Wait, meth can be smoke, liquid, and solid? Wow.
Is there anything meth can't do?
I mean, is there anything
Really?
meth can't do?
Yeah, it's the blue jeans of, wow, how
Man.
cool is that? That is really
Sorry,
neat.
I got a little
Good
hung up
for
there on
meth.
Good for
scientific
meth.
properties.
Yeah, good for
Good for
meth.
meth. We got a couple more for you. A 43-year-old guy in Florida named Jonathan Whitesides was arrested after he drunkenly drove up to a sheriff's substation on Sunday. He's a mechanic for the local school board. And it all started when he was hauling an airboat, and it fell off his trailer right in front of the station. Some cops took notice and saw that he appeared drunk. Before they could nab him, Jonathan left the scene, but later came back with another guy named James. The two started arguing. Cops come out. One deputy tried to get James to calm down, but then Jonathan took an aggressive stance towards him, charged him, yelled at his face. Jonathan arrested.
Yelled at his face.
2 breath samples showed his breath alcohol content was 0.334 and 0.307. That's way over the legal threshold of 0.08.
Fail.
So now you get arrested for just having a good time?
I guess so. In Florida.
And an airboat, is that also called a plane?
No, man.
No, an airboat's the one with the fan.
Yeah.
That's a fan boat.
Oh, man. Maybe you're right. It's a fan.
What the hell's an airboat?
Airboat.
Airboat.
I thought it-
Is that the one? Is that the one that has like a mattress
catch
underneath? It's like a
gators with
cushion. It's like an air mattress,
Oh, man.
and it has a fan.
Fan boat's on a swamp, man.
No.
Airboat is also got a fan on it.
An
I don't know.
airboat is exactly what we thought it was.
Okay.
It's the big
I'm
fan
sorry,
on the
then
back.
what the hell's a fan boat?
It's just got a lot
same
of
thing.
Maybe it's the
fans
same
of-
thing.
It's the old version. It's like the steamboat version where you had to turn it yourself.
Hey,
I don't
see,
have my
there's an airboat.
boat
See the
jargon
airboat?
with me on a Friday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I. That's
big
what I was
fan,
thinking of.
yeah.
Hey, whatever happened to those things though? Because we had a couple remote control ones. Remember they were called. Oh, what the heck were they?
Yeah,
called?
they had the
like
little
a cushion.
rubber-
Yeah, it was like a cushion that puffed up with air. It was like an air mattress.
Utrex or
Oh, really?
Well, it was a
I remember
fan
those.
boat, but it was
Something
instead of
Trex.
just being a sheet of metal underneath, it was a big old inflatable.
Inflatable?
You don't remember these things?
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
do.
that was supposed to be the next bit of transportation because it could go on water and land.
Yeah,
Don't
they
you
were,
remember this? Oh my God, it was like the coolest thing when you were 8 years old. You're like, this is
because
gonna
that
be
was the
great.
future. They did. I remember History Channel had a huge thing about those boats, and it's why did I forget the name of that? It's
I
got
don't
the
know.
big.
Look it up.
Yeah. Anyways,
finally, in your Friday fail stories, it's hard to imagine.
hovercraft.
Hovercraft?
Hovercraft.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, a hovercraft.
Now, it's hard to imagine a criminal thinking that this would be a good idea, but here we are. 23-year-old guy from Michigan broke into a county jail with a knife and then began to break into an ATM in the bond lobby area. This is an ATM at the jail.
Yep. Nobody's going to get me here.
Yeah, they would least, right?
Right.
Nobody would be stupid enough to do this. That's
I know what I'll do. I'll go to the jail and I'll rob the ATM there.
So corrections deputies saw him, called the police when they noticed he had a knife. It's unclear if the knife was meant to intimidate people or if it was used to somehow cut into the machine or something. In any event, they trapped him inside by locking the exterior doors electronically, which was possible. You know why? Because it's a jail.
Yep. All these doors lock.
The cops came and arrested him, and he was escorted into the jail, which was down the hallways.
At least it was a short trip.
Yeah.
Hey, save the taxpayers a lot of money, so thank you.
All right, those are your Friday fail stories. Yep, those hovercrafts. That's right.
Hovercrafts. Look at these things.
Yeah, that was
man.
the future. What happened?
Yeah,
to
I
those?
don't know. The future's now, and we don't have those everywhere. I thought everybody was going to be driving to work in those things.
Yeah, me too. I honestly did.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to some of your Friday emails. It's 8:46 Friday. Rizz Show presented by the Fast Lane. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things are clear. Your point forecast, a spotty mix of sleet, snow, and rain. High of 35. Right now it's 34 at the Point Studio.
Just a couple things here. We announced it yesterday that the John Hughes Experience will be playing at Rizz Show Live. So if you're going to see us make fools of ourselves, make sure you stick around after we're done with our stage thing. The John Hughes Experience will be playing after. Very excited about
That's
that.
awesome.
I'm going to be dancing. It's going to be a good time.
Very excited. You'll be dancing, Maybe doing singing? Maybe singing?
Actually, I was on the phone yesterday with Kevin Gagnapane, and he goes, "Yeah, you have to get up there and sing with us." And I go, "Okay."
Wow.
Did you ask him if I could sing too?
No, we weren't talking about you.
Oh.
I'm sure we're all invited. Sorry, buddy.
Nope.
No, you cannot sing.
Yes, Kevin Gagnapane said specifically, do not let Scott
Yeah,
Rodriguez
I
sing
know.
with this band. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what,
understand.
you don't want to hear that.
Oh, I do want to hear it.
Oh.
And the people, the sold out pageant wants to
The
hear
people
it.
demand it?
Yep.
No, you don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. But those, we talked about it yesterday. Like, it's an all-star band. It's guys from Stir. It's guys from The Urge. The best of the best. John Hughes experience. So it's all like 80s. The 80s music you love.
Yeah, John Hughes, the director. Think about all the soundtracks from the 80s of movies that were iconic. You're going to hear some of that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, tell me before we get to emails here. Is this normal behavior or nah? So normal or nope? Is it normal to only get out of bed if the minutes are even, like 6:14,
Whoa.
6:16?
I've never heard of that.
Ooh, that's like another...
Like 6:15
level.
is right out.
That's kind of an obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah,
that's level
right?
two.
That's
dude.
wild.
I'm okay with it.
It's
Is it normal? It's not normal.
It's not normal?
Well, and I would get out of bed like the 15 after. You know what I'm saying? Or 25 or 30. I don't know. That to me would be when I would get out of bed more than
I'll
the
do that
events.
where it's, okay, right at 4 o'clock, 4:00, I'm getting up, and then at 4:15, I finally get out of bed. So
There you
that's what
go.
I make a hard stop right
Man,
now.
I think it's an unhealthy thing for you to do this to society. Because there's a bunch of people going, oh man, maybe that makes sense. Maybe that makes, and you just handed that problem to people. I'm thinking about it now.
Okay, it's not normal behavior. Okay. Is it normal behavior to order multiple rounds of chips and salsa at a Mexican restaurant?
When the mood strikes.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
Or you're like, ooh, one basket.
No.
Are we
Because I
just
don't
having
wanna spoil 'em.
drinks?
You need more.
If it's Margarita Monday, it's endless chips and queso.
But we
from
do
this woman.
have an entree coming.
Oh, yeah. If the entree's coming, no.
We do have an entree. We ordered an entree.
It don't matter. Some of those chips are there. I mean, some of those chips are the best thing you're going to get that night.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some places where I think if you say the name, I'll think of the chip, the free chip, and you know who I'm thinking of right now. I don't want to say it.
Oh,
What place?
I'm gonna
I don't want to make it sound like the chips are the best thing on the menu, but the chips are the best thing on the
You
menu.
talking about
Hacienda?
Rosalitas right now?
You got me, dude. You got me.
Hacienda?
Are they the thin chip?
They're, I don't know, man. They're just like the perfect salt.
They're
like-
airy.
yeah, they're airy, but they're also like a perfect thickness. There's a good salt to them, and their salsa is not a chunky salsa.
Dude,
Typically,
I
like
love their
A
salsa.
blended
their salsa is so
It's
dope.
thin. It's thin, and I love it.
You
It's
like a
thin.
watery salsa?
I
Well,
do.
with that chip, and that's
I don't love
Hacienda's got
chunky
that going.
salsa.
I don't either. I love a Rosalita's chip though. It's quite thin. Like they break it.
Yeah,
just
they
melt
break
in your
easily.
mouth.
So I've said this before. My father-in-law at his what was it, college football thing? I forget what we were over there for, but he had On the Border. That's the brand. You know, On the Border.
Yeah.
But their cafe style chip, and I think the reason I love it is because it's the closest thing you can get.
It is. That's
to
ones
Hacienda.
we get at home.
It's the Hacienda chip.
That's the chip we get at home.
Those
And
are the
it-
brown
That's
bag
the chip
chips.
of the Rizz household.
I think they thought I
South
was.
of the border.
I think they thought I was joking, and I was making a big deal about the chip. You know, like I was trying to, impress my father-in-law. And I was like, "Hey, these are great. Thank you for
but
getting
they
these."
sell-
I was making a
They
big
sell the
deal.
Hacienda salsa, like at Schnucks, like at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
Get
Well,
those.
there's
and
a
On the
great
Border.
spot right across from the Newark Pizza Company there in the Valley. The Mexican restaurant right across.
Spinos?
Yes. Their chip
Spinos.
is such
I've been there in
high
years.
quality, yummy, perfect chip. It's pretty awesome.
I thought I was going to get arrested
At Espino's?
at Spinos. Yeah, my son was like maybe 2. Mm-hmm. And they used to have like, I haven't been there since this incident. But they had like a green hot sauce on the table. It was like, it looked like fluorescent green.
Yeah.
For a kid, it was like, I want to try that. I want to try that. I'm like, dude, you don't want this, man. It's hot.
You don't want none of this.
You don't want all this. And he
But-
insisted.
Yeah, it's New Mexico salsa.
He insisted. The green salsa.
I dare you.
The green hot sauce in the bottle.
Oh, the green hot sauce in the bottle.
Green hot sauce in the bottle.
I'm sorry.
Green hot sauce in
That
the bottle.
one
Should've been
I thought
brand.
we
more
were talking
specific.
salsa.
Yeah, that one.
Green hot sauce in the bottle. And he just kept reaching for it. And again, he's 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah.
He's probably still not allowed to have honey or strawberries.
Right.
At this point.
No peanut butter.
You're giving him Verde hot
No, I
sauce.
told him no. I kept saying no. And he insisted. I go, fine.
He insisted.
Here we go.
He's 1.5 years old.
Here we go.
Teach this boy a lesson.
Here we go. So I put a drop or 2 on the corner of a chip.
Oh, no.
Here you go. Here you go.
You should have been arrested.
What happened to him?
And it was delayed reaction. It was ooh, okay. And then just screaming.
I bet.
Screaming in the middle of the restaurant. People came out from the back.
I mean, you were new to the world, and you're
that
getting your
is
first
awesome.
hot sauce
People
taste
came
at
out from the
1.5
back.
years old.
I thought they were going to call Child Protective Services.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it was your first run at being a dad, so I mean.
How did I get out of it? I said, how could you, this is a little boy, how could you have such a hot sauce on the...
Oh, I thought you were going to blame your wife.
No.
Oh, man.
No, I had to take him outside to calm him down. It was fine. Kid loves hot sauce now.
There you go.
See, it works.
It all
Started him early.
there, yeah.
Yeah, if the parents like it, the kids should.
Oh, Chevy's chips and salsa.
Oh, that place.
I don't remember
And that corn.
I know
Remember
a lot of
they have the
people-
sweet corn at Chevy's.
You know, Schnucks does sell the Hacienda chips. They are bagged.
Mm-hmm.
They do bag them.
I know, but I don't want them. I don't want them any different than fresh, kind of hot on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go cheapy and I'll do the on the border.
Yucateco.
All right, normal or when you walk around a lake, do you always walk to the right if you like counterclockwise?
I don't notice.
Depends.
How I walk.
If you walk to the left, if you walk left clockwise, it just feels not right.
What about Creve Coeur Lake? Though?
Well, it just feels wrong because it's technically not right. It's left.
It's
but
left. I was going to say I go left. Wait.
It depends on the lake, because there's one out in Chesterfield, I go to the right, the one, and then
No,
Creve
I'm
Coeur,
just
I go
telling
to the
you.
left.
If you Creve Coeur Lake, you walk to the right.
Depends on the lake.
You go under the bridge and you come around, you go the long way. Then
I always walk around a
Come
lake
back to the-
going right. Looking at the lake, you go right. Left is wrong.
I'm sorry.
I kind of see what you're saying. Except for when you're fishing. I'm putting myself in some of my favorite fishing lakes, and I always go left.
Fishing, it doesn't matter because fishing, you're just gonna if you're gonna go to your spot, you go the quickest way.
and those
Here's
right or
why-
left doesn't matter.
are where?
What's that?
You never tell anybody
Oh,
about your
I've never-
fishing.
If you are walking around a lake, you walk right, not left.
No, I'm going left.
Yeah, because Creve Coeur, the experience is far more exciting if you go left first.
Through the woods? Or
Because
on
the
over by
way the
wood
bridges
line?
work and
It
everything,
is,
they
yeah.
bounce out better.
Okay,
And if you
you're
go,
right. I'm picturing Creve Coeur Lake. You do walk left first.
All right. Now.
yeah, because it is
Cool.
so
But I want to
cool.
vomit the entire way.
That experience is so much
Walking.
nicer. Yeah, you can't go.
Depends
the
on
other
where
way.
you park.
The other way is the boring route. That's
And your
you
handedness.
finish.
You got to be ready for those fish flying at you.
Okay, so Creve Coeur Lake is the exception.
Okay.
Any other lake to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you had microwave popcorn besides in the silicone container, like the bag?
A couple months ago. I call it cancer bag because that stuff is so bad for you. You know, the bag is so bad. But for some reason we had some and it appeared on the counter. I was like, who did this? Who cooked the cancer bag popcorn? This stuff is awful. Can
And
I
then you're
have
like,
some?
"Oh, man." Okay, so when you got the bag and you're done, has anybody ever licked the bag? Of
Ew.
oil and
What
I
salt?
used to in high.
thinking?
Yeah, when I was a single guy, college days. Yeah.
What?
That's about the only dinner I could afford. So
You mean the butter on the inside of the bag?
On the
you
inside of the
stick your
bag.
finger in there.
I'm
You
not a savage. I hate bagged popcorn like that. Smells your house smells gross for weeks.
This show
I
has
love
changed me
popcorn.
from that.
I do too, but I like kettle corn that I buy in the bag where it doesn't smell.
Oh, you don't popcorn at your house?
Nah. Am
My
I not
wife is
living
the
right?
best at it. She makes the best popcorn.
You ever do the stovetop pop?
That's what she does.
Oh yeah,
Always
yeah,
reminds me
I've
of
done that
Scream.
in a big. Now that we have that silicone container,
Yeah, we do that a lot. But you got to have the nice kernels. You know, and we ran out pretty quick because we went through those every week.
the Ella and Olia,
Ellie
Yeah,
and
those
Ollie?
Ellie and Ollie,
Great.
Or Ella and Ollie?
Ella and Ollie,
Ella and
which
Ollie.
are
Whatever.
local.
Yeah.
Which you can
Stuff
buy them
is
here.
great.
It's the best.
Perfect popping.
But there's like a silicone container with a lid, and you put it in. You put the kernels in the bottom.
Yeah.
A little. I use avocado oil a little bit, just a splash.
Fancy.
like maybe 2.5, maybe 3 minutes in the microwave. You got to wait. You got to listen. Don't walk away. You got to listen for that last kernel popping, and then you pull it. Or else if you go like 5 seconds too long, that whole thing burns, and you might as well throw it out.
Ugh. Somebody makes bagged popcorn here all the time. Stinks up the whole station.
Normal or, I eat mac and cheese with hot dogs, and sometimes put ketchup in there too.
They cut the hot dog up, put it in the mac and cheese? Is that what they
Yeah,
mean?
and then put ketchup on it.
That's an 80s mom move right there. That's somebody that's a comfort food, I bet.
Interesting.
Not normal.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Not normal? Mm-mm. I've heard hot dogs cut up in mac and cheese.
Yeah, when you're 4.
Yeah, when you're 4.
Nah, dude. So when you get older, you just don't do the cheap hot dogs. You do like those, like
Big old chicken brats.
yes, the chicken sausages.
Yeah,
and all
they're
those kind of
infused
things.
with like herbs.
Yeah, it's the green speckles, and sometimes they got cheese.
Dude, I'm 2 months in off the bird. I'm triggered.
So
Hot wings at Super Bowl, chicken sausage.
you put that in a high-end mac and cheese, and you put some. I have this it's like a chipotle something or other dusting. It's like a seasoning, like a steak seasoning kind of thing. You put that in there, and you mix that in and make it a little hot. Oh,
yummy.
Hey, what about normal or peanut butter on bread dunked in milk?
No, absolutely not. I'm disgusted.
No.
Gross.
I don't like dunked anything. I don't dunk my cookies. I'm not dunking my breads. I'm sorry.
No,
Chips and
not either.
salsa?
Pulling me off.
Chips and salsa?
What about
Yeah,
cheese?
and straight liquid. I'm not dunking it in straight liquid.
Oh.
But, salsa's not straight
Because
liquid.
bread
Cheese
would
sandwich
tear
and
up too
tomato
quick, but
soup.
chips. Cookies.
Okay, now that is
don't
a
eat-
different thing.
See, well, why?
Because the bread is toasted.
And
for some
also,
reason,
tomato
I
soup
don't
is
know.
not a beverage.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. Yeah,
This is
it's not.
hot.
It's
It
soup.
is for
different.
you boozers.
I'm not because I don't like you dunk it and then there's crummies in there and now you're drinking it and now you're choking on the crummies.
Oh no, that's like cereal water.
Nah, no, I'm not doing that either.
I mean cereal milk.
no, absolutely not.
I don't do that one, but I get it.
Let's do some emails. RizzShow1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Hey, Rizz Show.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm a podcast listener. I just finished listening to the February 13th podcast. You got to send the No Reason Boner discussion, the NRB discussion, as the Rizz Show's Missouri Broadcaster Association submission for this year.
Oh, wow.
It would make me so happy. Submissions are due, whenever. Just a thought.
They're due soon, I think. I thought we had one.
We do, but that's not a
I
bad.
think we do, but that was a heck of
That was
listen,
pretty
that was
solid.
educational. And a
I
lot
thought
of
we had
times
one when I was bowing down to the committee.
the MBAs are all about
We do have that
education.
one saved.
Remember the year before I trashed the committee and I said it's a sham? Mm-hmm. The Missouri Broadcast Association is a sham?
Yeah.
And then this year I want to submit that they're, bow down. I welcome our Missouri Broadcast Association member overlords.
Oh, was that our submission?
I think. Well, last year was me trashing them.
We've saved a couple different ones this year.
The NRB ain't bad because
No,
I'm telling you,
that is a
dude,
good
we have
call.
been flooded with NRB emails. I'll just get to the next one. Hey, all. When you were all talking about NRBs earlier this week, I was thinking, have I ever seen a guy with an NRB before? And then I realized that I didn't realize it happened that often in public for guys. Then I remembered an incident from when I was 18, when I was training for the lifeguard Olympics. Yes, the same exact story you read on the air, only my story is from the female lifeguard's perspective. We were practicing rescues with a possible neck injury, and we were using a backboard to get the victim out of the water. I was tasked to dive in and get the victim on his back while a male lifeguard, who was my boyfriend at the time, assisted with strapping him on the board. Once we got the, quote, victim on the board and started taking him out of the water, this kid, NRB. Everyone
poor
started
thing.
laughing, but surprisingly, no one called him out on it. I think we were all mortified for the guy. I was just being naive and thought, maybe the water brushed him in the wrong way.
Yeah, and that could happen. The wind could blow the wrong way.
My memory of the story differs a little only because I don't remember Speedos at all, and it took place at night. Could this be a coincidence? What are the chances that this happened multiple times?
I bet you it happens a lot.
Who practices lifeguard duties that often? Needless to say, I wasn't assigned to the backboard portion of our big day at the competition. Thanks for bringing awareness to NRBs, Aaron.
Wow. NRB Awareness Week
Yep.
on the Rizz
This
Show.
Well,
is a
listen,
big
maybe.
week, man.
All right, so
We're doing the Lord's work here. First of all, I'm sure there's teenagers
There's
driving to
such
school listening to
squares
us, and they're
down
going, "Oh, I feel so much better that I'm not alone." Because there's one thing I'm telling you, we didn't talk about this stuff when we were kids.
Right.
When it was happening, like you thought, it is one of the most terrifying and isolating experiences
I
ever.
know.
You're just out of your mind, scared.
should we submit that?
Yeah, either that or the butthurt game from this week, because that was pretty epic too. Like somebody from our staff pulled the butthurt game from this week and put it at 1057thepoint.com because they wanted to see it again.
But maybe the educational part of the No Reason Boners
we didn't
will resonate with the committee.
Well, and it wasn't just that. We talked about like the female side too of things with young people getting their periods and that.
All right, well,
whole thing
Scott, all
as
right,
well.
cut it down and cut it down to what, 5 minutes?
Usually it's 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, so cut it down. Cut out the fat.
Okay.
And maybe I'll listen and we'll submit that.
All right.
We'll see. Maybe an MBA is going to be another MBA on our mantle.
Yep, we're going to get one this year.
When was the last time we won? It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Because we keep submitting like joke things.
Well,
one was like 5 minutes of farts.
Yeah, but don't forget that we won one for the nipple shockers on my nuts.
Yeah, when we shocked Moon's nuts. We won 1 year.
You
A couple of years ago, we just submitted. It was basically 5 minutes of farting.
Wait a minute, were the nipple shockers like a sex toy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did it on your ball
that we
sack?
ordered, and we did it here, and then we did it.
We
there.
broke them.
Yeah.
Did it hurt more on the nutsack versus?
Yes.
Okay.
They did.
Next.
Staying with the education. Learn, there ain't a thing I wouldn't do for the show. Anyways, good morning, fellas, and Learn. I was watching Moon's new video, and it started me down a Greek fire rabbit hole and realized I didn't have any of their music downloaded. I always just stream it or watch it on YouTube. That got me wondering, what is the most beneficial way to the artist to consume their work? Streaming, YouTube vids, or actual paid downloads? Thanks, and happy Friday. To be honest, man.
Hiring Moon to come to your house and sing the songs. That's probably the best.
That's the best way. To be honest, like YouTube stuff versus this versus that, I think it depends on the band. I think it depends on what they own as far as the music goes. And it depends, how much do you listen to it? If you listen to it all day, every day, then the spins will probably end up paying more, but not really. But, I mean, the best way to support a band is to buy their merch and go to their shows.
Buy a T-shirt.
That's the only thing we can even get close to making money out of.
Yeah, you want to support your band, buy a T-shirt, and go to their show.
Listen, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of spins on Spotify, which has only existed the last decade.
How cool is that?
But I'm still waking up at 3 a.m. I'm just trying to give some perspective.
No, I mean, yeah, it takes how many? Like, if you get 1 million spins, you only get like $1,000, right?
Yeah, that you got to split 3 or 4 ways, and that's after 40% is gone for taxes, and you got a manager, and you got this. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not what you think it is when you just add up simple numbers.
All right, next.
So support a band by going to their shows. Good morning, dudes.
Hey.
Terry.
What's up, Terry?
I got neighbors that are damn near Headline Hooshe worthy that are awful to live next to. Unknown how many people actually live in this house. There are at least 7 kids ranging from 6 to 19, constantly unsupervised. Broke down, tore apart cars in the driveway, trash in the yard, blasting music, teenagers racing up and down my small street all the time. Cops constantly over there, but nothing ever seems to happen. All of this I can live with, but the thing I hate the worst is there are 2 large dogs that constantly roam. These dogs are a-holes, constantly barking, crapping in other people's yards. Tried talking to them, but these are not
Maybe
neighbors.
it's time to move.
The type that are ready to take shirts off and throw down in the front yard for telling them that they are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
We have no HOA, and again, cops are called, but nothing ever seems to happen. I know I'm not the only neighbor on the street. The rest of the people on the street are either older, very friendly, or they keep quiet. Any advice on what to do besides moving?
Oh, well.
Because that's not an option right now.
Learn, what would you do? Cops not doing anything?
Well, my old neighbor in Maplewood had 2 big old dogs that peed all over my yard and my plants and pooped in our yard and bit me one time as I was riding my bike. Yeah, you just got to move. There's no other real way around it.
Or you get bigger dogs.
Oh, good call.
Well,
Wow, that is
You go out and get bigger dogs.
that's something to tackle. What if these are giants?
or he's trying
Well,
to
then
out-weird
there's
them.
always a bigger dog out there.
Maybe start doing stuff on your own and see what happens, like some real
It
weird
just seems,
stuff.
obviously, if the cop's not doing anything, you don't have an HOA, what are you going to do?
Animal control maybe for the dogs.
There's nothing you
You
can
do the
nothing
living
you
privacy
can do.
fence where you get the shrubs that grow about 30 feet in the air. You block out any view.
There's nothing
Do
you
your
can
best.
do
This
unless
is-
you fortify your house. You build a wall. I mean,
This is the risk that we run. It's just the gamble of any place that you go to. It doesn't matter county, city, country, whatever. I had a friend growing up in middle school, and the only reason I didn't go to high school with him is because this guy hated his neighbor so bad. I only knew him as my friend's older dad. And it was like, all I knew of this guy is how much he hated his neighborhood. And then one day,
They moved.
Danny says, "Hey, man, I probably ain't going to see you a while. I'm not going to school next year." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Dad found some land where no one is near it, and he's building a house, and we're leaving."
Hey, maybe that's the best thing.
Way to go,
Best thing
Dad.
for the family.
He saved
Lucky.
his whole life so he could get away from where they were. And they were in a sweet
You could try
neighborhood,
to.
yo.
You could try to out-Hoosh the Hoosiers, but then that's a whole thing too.
Yeah.
You know what we're dealing with at our house right now is we live on a normal, street, but our neighbor has, I'm not exaggerating, 15 cars parked in front, and there's only a couple people that live there. So I don't know if he collects these cars, and he has them parked. They're rolling 6 deep in the driveway, and then there's like 4 cars or however many outside on the actual road. And now he's starting to park them in front of our house.
Okay, so this is how Dennis Rizzuto, my dad, would handle that situation.
Let's go, Dennis. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I love him. I miss him dearly every day.
Right.
But this logic does not make any sense. So on our street, somebody parked an RV. Okay, and the RV was tough to make a turn onto the street.
I know. I remember this. This is gnarly.
Okay,
Lern,
so
buckle up.
what my father decided to do, and he was fed up with it. The person wouldn't move it. He had gone over there and like, you can't park your RV here. You can't make the right turn onto the street. Like people got to swing wide now because of you, and there's a chance that somebody could, go head first into you, head on. So Dennis, in the middle of the night, gets up and pulls all the tire stems out
Oh.
and flattens all four tires on the RV.
Now it can't move.
Yeah,
That's
makes
what
it
I
easier.
said.
Right. I'm not going to be doing that.
No,
I hate
it
this
is
thing
there.
here.
What
Let's
are you
make it
doing?
here forever.
It's so annoying. And they're not
Like,
nice
I thought you were
people.
going to hotwire it and move it.
Right.
But you pulled out all the stems, the tire stems.
Now what, Dennis?
Now
my
what? Now the
gosh.
thing is going to be there until they replace all the tires.
Oh, geez.
Pretty much a felony, I would say. Like, because you need new tires. I don't know if you could put the stem. I don't know.
I don't think you can put those.
How do you
in.
get
Really?
the stems? Like,
With a pair of pliers.
with a pair of pliers.
Golly.
Okay.
And I'm shocked nothing hit him, like nothing burst and
Oh no, he was good like that.
okay.
He was. Oh, there was a time there somebody's breaking our mailbox. Happened like a couple times. And,
This is the bushes.
yeah, and I was working at Chrysler. I was working the overnights. I came home in the middle of the night from work, and my dad was like in the bushes with a metal rebar, like a giant metal rebar. I go, "What are you doing?"
Oh, man.
He goes, "I'm going to catch these mother effers." And he goes, "When I catch them, I'm going to take the metal rebar. I'm going to shove it through the radiator in the front of their car." I go, "All right, carry on." Just went inside.
R.I.P. Dennis.
I just went inside.
Man.
He did catch him.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
And did he
Chased him
radio?
down. He got in his car, and the chase was on.
Man.
Oh man.
So, all right, we got to take a break. Thank you for your emails. We'll come back with sports. He was the best.
Yeah.
There's other stories too. Maybe one day. 9:20. Friday, one final look at your traffic and weather. It's the Rizz Show presented by the Fast Lane. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things clear. Your point forecast, a spotty mix of sleet, snow, and rain. High of 35. Right now it's 34 at the Point Studio.
There's a joke that people make about historically bad sports franchises. Like, oh, you're a Cleveland Browns fan? Well, you must drink a lot. I mean, we all heard that, right?
Yep.
So a company that makes mobile smartphone breathalyzers, they got a ton of volunteers to submit voluntary blood alcohol readings as they watch their NFL teams from last September through January. So in all, they got more than 28,000 unique blood alcohol content tests. And surprisingly, the Browns fans were in the middle of the pack. But in the end, so here's what they were looked up. Which NFL fans drink the most? In the end.
Eagles fans.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Philadelphia.
Wait, so is this per game? I mean, they're just going by games. So you got to think about somebody that's packing it out.
No, just through through September through January.
The beer sales or alcohol
No,
sales.
actually people drinking. Like they had people submit blood alcohol content tests.
Oh, okay. So who's drinking the most?
So what fan
Green
base
Bay?
drinks the most and what fans drink the least?
Yeah, would it be cold? Got to be cold, right?
Like Bills, I guess Buffalo maybe is numero uno.
It's not even outside. It's inside too.
I'm
This
going
is fans.
Philly. Philly drinks the most, and
Philly not in the top 5.
Well, you don't know where
Maybe
they're
it's like
drinking
the
it.
party cities like Jacksonville or something.
the Seahawks.
No.
Seattle.
No. Congratulations.
Vikings.
The fan base, the football fan base that drinks the most. Congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans fans drink the most. Average blood alcohol content of 0.09%.
Maybe they're just the smallest.
Well, they're building 6-story bars there.
Maybe they're physically just small.
Are they
people.
in Nashville?
Yeah.
Are the Titans are in Nashville? I mean, it's a party city.
And think of all the bars there are like multi-floored.
Yeah, they're getting
places?
drunk before. This is blood alcohol. This isn't like, per beer, per.
This is blood alcohol content. This is drinking during the games.
Okay.
Or before. I mean, that's going to have a.
They submitted the ratings as they watched the games.
Okay.
As they watched. Tennessee Titans, Pittsburgh Steelers,
Okay.
Good job.
Colts, Falcons, Saints.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Nice.
Kind of in a, I mean, not really a cluster, but, somewhat in the.
All those fans had an average blood alcohol content of 0.08% or higher, which is generally above the legal limit to drive. Now, the fan bases that drink the least, congratulations, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Damn.
The least. The least.
Responsible crew over there. I like it.
Followed by the Commanders, the Giants, the Ravens, and the Chargers, LA Chargers.
I figured it'd be the Rams or something because there's 5 people in the stands.
Remember, these are mobile readings, so they weren't necessarily taken at a stadium or bar, so there's no reason to think they were driving. But and since anything football seems to involve Taylor Swift these days, they also check the blood alcohol level of Swifties, the average Swiftie. They drink more than Chiefs fans, but less than Titans fans. So if Swifties were an NFL fan base, they would rank 20th with an average blood alcohol content of 0.067%. That's just behind the Bengals and just more than the Bills, if you could believe that. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Take that information, put it in your pocket,
Okay.
whatever you want to do with it, that's fine. All right, here's sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports brought to you by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, dine at DraftKings at Casino Queen. Guys, this just in. Big news over on Battlehawks front. St. Louis
Our
Battlehawks.
Battlehawks, yes.
Just announced quarterback A.J. McCarron has agreed to contract terms and will return for the upcoming season. In 9 games last year, McCarron set the XFL record by throwing 24 touchdowns for the Battlehawks. He also led the league with almost a 69% completion rate and ranked second with 203 completions and 2,150 passing yards.
So he played with the Bengals.
Yeah.
So he was on the Bengals team, and he waved, he's like, I don't want to play for the Bengals. I'm going to go back to the Battlehawks.
Yeah. So he was signed with the Bengals and was on their active roster the final 6 games of the NFL season. Native of Mobile, Alabama. He's won 3 BCS championships at Alabama. This dude's,
He's awesome.
decorated with all sorts of stuff, and he's back. He's back, baby. So
That's-
Yeah,
Wow,
that's big
that's cool.
news.
So is he the biggest star you think in the league so far?
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them. Our Battlehawks. Our
loaded, man.
Battlehawks.
Battlehawks.
Are set to do good things this
Yeah.
season.
Swing away, boys.
Swing away, boys.
Swing away, Merrill.
Going to fill that Battle Dome.
Iowa's Caitlin Clark became women's college basketball's all-time leading scorer on Thursday night. With only 8 points needed to surpass the 3,527 points set by the previous record holder, Kelsey Plum. Clark's dagger was a long-range three-pointer against
I got the
Michigan
audio.
Wolverines.
There you go.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history? The all-time leading scorer in women's college.
Did you see her? Did you see it? I mean, it's almost like she couldn't wait to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
She was so far behind the three-point line, and the fact that it switched in was
Yeah, she's like, I'll just go
That's
from here.
awesome.
So she just broke which record?
NCAA women's basketball scoring record.
Wasn't that set by a MSU player, the Missouri Bears player?
Kelsey Plum?
Kelsey Plum, who played for, I don't know.
I don't know who either. She did okay.
No, I meant like years past the old record was Howard or whatever her name was down there.
She did okay, though. 49 points in that victory, 106-89. She said in an interview, it's cool. It's cool to be in the same realm with a lot of really, really good players. I'm lucky to do it because I have really good teammates and really good coaches and a great support system that surrounds me. Hey, St. Louis scored 4 times in the second to smash Edmonton 6-3 at Enterprise Center. Robert Thomas, Jake Neighbors each had a goal and 2 assists. Torrey Krug, Jordan Kyrou, and Pavel Buchnevich and Brandon Saad also scored for the Blues, who have won 8 of their past 10 games. So the Blues are on fire right now.
That's right.
What's not on fire is the jerseys making it around the MLB. So spring training kicked off this week in Florida and Arizona. And aside from all the actual baseball talk, there's a lot of discussion about these new uniforms debuting in 24. The new Nike Vapor Premier uniforms, which are manufactured by Fanatics, have been taking a lot of heat by both fans on social media and the players. Players have reportedly been frustrated enough to reach out to Players Union about the uniform changes, and some of them are tweeting things, and they're bummed.
They don't like them.
The big complaints have been the small lettering and small numbers. On a team-by-team basis, we've also seen a lot of complaints on the colors and the font choices. There's also been complaints about how the pants fit. Miles Michaelis was one that was arguing about the pants, I believe. It's not all one-sided. Major League Baseball and Nike ran a press release. Get this. A press release hit on Tuesday that includes quotes from players about how great the new jerseys are. Quote, the Nike Vapor Premier jersey is soft, light, and comfortable. It's almost like wearing my favorite shirt out on the field, and so easy to move around in. That was said by Nolan Arenado from St. Louis Cardinals.
So you got Michaelis who's complaining, but Arenado who loves them.
And speaks just like a perfect
It's just
slogan.
like my favorite shirt. I could move so freely.
It feels great. It makes me play baseball better. Anyways, it's going to be interesting to see if the complaints end up triggering a change to things like the size of the lettering or the font that they're used on the uniforms. A few players have said it feels cheap, and I even read this whole one. This one article that had a line that was something about him saying, you work so hard to get to the majors, and part of like the whole mystique and all of it is putting on this badass uniform and running out. And he's like, it just feels cheap, and it doesn't feel cool. It doesn't feel like Major League Baseball. And that says a lot. And maybe that's just this guy's
Is this
opinion.
Nike's first year doing it?
Yeah.
No, is
Or
it?
this particular
This new thing,
this particular
Vapor
model.
Premier.
Okay.
But it's not their first time because I think I got a Cardinals Nike jersey. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it. Headline Hooshe is brought to you by Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, so we go to New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
Smyrna.
Where cops got a call last Tuesday about a 49-year-old guy who decided to take his truck for a spin on the beach and drive into the ocean. His name is Jason Bruskovich. Now, you're actually allowed to drive on the beach, but not always. It was closed to cars because of the weather, and the tide was too high. But Jason didn't care, though. He went around a closed gate that said, do not enter, and drove his white Dodge Ram pickup truck right into the water. Lifeguards were first to respond after they saw him driving back and forth in the waves and trying to do donuts in the sand. The water he was in was 2 to 3 feet high. This is all around 9 o'clock in the morning. Cops eventually got him out onto dry land, and here's the quote that's making the headlines. When they said he shouldn't have been driving in the water, he told them, quote, it's not my fault the truck don't surf. What?
I love that.
That's a powerful statement, man.
What? I actually have him
Jeez.
on tape here.
It's not my fault the truck don't surf.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be driving on the beach when the gates are all closed.
Can I get in trouble for that?
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor at this point.
That'll make the Facebook page today.
Yep, not my fault
man.
the truck
Not my
don't
fault.
surf.
Didn't you hear the commercial? Like a rock.
Yeah, it don't skip.
They charged him with failing to pay the beach access fee and released him on a $200 bond. Truck got to be towed off the beach. Based on the smile on his mugshot, he does not regret it. I'll be honest with you. He's just smiling. Dude, this guy's living his best life.
Hey, you know
true.
what?
He don't care, man. I love this guy.
You can't get in trouble for this.
Reasonable question, though. Can I get in trouble for that?
Yep.
I love this guy.
Not my fault, don't
He's doing his
surf.
thing, man. So there you go from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Jason Bruskovich, you are today's Headline Hooshe. All right, we'll take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Appreciate you all tuning in.
You're welcome.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Today's wrap-up is sponsored by...
Sponsored by Jack in the Box. Jack Wraps. A little bit of healthy, a little bit of indulgence, only at Jack.
All right, what's today's podcast title?
Today's podcast title, we had a lot to choose from, but we ended up going with This Guy Has a Kit Boner.
Ah, yes. Thanks to Matt Seebeck, by the way, from St. Louis City SC, your chief entertainment officer, who got us new away jerseys.
Yeah, these are sweet.
So sweet of them.
Yeah, very sweet of them. Don't forget their kickoff event is tomorrow at the Armory from 1 to 3 o'clock. Completely free, family friendly. Go check out the new away jerseys, meet some of the players, get some autographs. The whole team's going to be down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Moon, what else?
Can You Feel the Punk tonight? I just got an email about something awesome happening at Can You Feel the Punk tonight. We're pulling out all the stops. It's not just an awesome punk ska band doing, rocked up versions of your favorite Disney classics, new and old, for the family, but we're going to have a lot of special things going on in the show. Characters, Star Wars 501st Legion's going to be there, and we got a couple more surprises in store. Do not miss out. Tickets are available now. March 11th, 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show. It's going to be a blast. Don't miss out.
Lern.
Follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio.
Scott.
Yeah, follow my band, Free the 2SG, on socials. We got that new album dropping on Leap Day. It's going to be huge, and I'm pretty excited about it because we're going to sell the catalog shortly thereafter for about $100 million.
All right, we're all
so
excited.
make sure to download it so we can get a lot of money.
All right.
Thank you.
We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, which is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, St. Louis' home for Blues hockey. From Maryland Heights, Jason